Every bad way over, one day to turn over. Just like I'm Samuel, you know I'm Debo. And these niggas too standing, you better get motion. You know it front cause it still got the do on it. Who on it deep in the west, no signal, no roaming. We growing, we cloning, we fanning, we sealing. I put a bullet in him because he stealing. Really expensive, this top shelf expensive. Come see it, come with it. These Amazon hitting, these apes and these hillbillies got me so tilted. This snuck up on me, baby, now I can feel it. Got methods, but I need to check to reveal them. My bitch got a fluffy, I bought her some purse. My music too valuable, I can't give out verse. Yeah, pound after pound, resident Turks. Pick up your bitch and then take her to Turks. Matter of fact, take your bitch to the gross. By the smell leaking out, you know I got the block hot. When I catch plays, you know I got the blick out. Youngest with me, they just want a dole out. I'm car from the future, this bitch is a robot. Cross niggas over, you know I can glow try. Glock in my lap, this bitch not in the glove out. LA bitch serving me peace, she got Botox. LA bitch with the beats, kid the Griselda. Hot in the van, I go spin with the fellas. China man say he got bubba, it's out though. I just want end on them, give me no cheap smoke. Bigger than life, nigga, I'm the machismo. Yeah, plug in the body, that pack he provided. I'm tripping, I'm driving, but fuck it, we riding. Like fuck consequences, cause I'm on that time and I need new designer, I need me some diamonds. Out in Denver, I snatched up a load in the Bronco. This bitch from Toronto, she love my bravado. To hear her AP, I don't do no Movado. My chain is a tennis, my bitch look like Lotto. We fucking my condo, we fucking my penthouse. You not trying to condo eat, you gotta get out. I'm up in my ticket, my side too flavorful. Glock with the beam, bitch, I pull up and laser you. I'm not a trick, bitch, fuck do you take me for? Big money P, no I can't wait for her. Pound after pound, resident Turks. Pick up your bitch and then take her to Turks. Matter of fact, take your bitch to the gross. By the smell leaking out, you know I got the block hot. When I catch plays, you know I got the blick out. Youngest with me, they just want a dole out. I'm car from the future, this bitch is a robot. Cross niggas over, you know I can glow try. Glock in my lap, this bitch not in the glove out. LA bitch serving me peace, she got Botox. LA bitch with the beats, kid the Griselda. Hot in the van, I go spin with the fellas. China man say he got bubba, it's out though. I just want end on them, give me no cheap smoke. Bigger than life, nigga, I'm the machismo. Shot with that stick like I'm playing, so hacking my bitch got a face in the donkey. She cocky, I'm ballin' that side. I do not have to clock it, it one in the head, I do not have to cock. Try spot in the projects I made in my office. We deep in it, bitch, burning cake in this fire. Got Carters and cafes, I'm drinking on coffee. When I hit the east, I get treated like Gandhi. Keep us my circle, these niggas get mixed. Need some more riders, I'm trying to get busy. I need some more flour, I need about 50. To find a real nigga, I fit the description. Cartier bifocals with the prescription. Know about the growing shit, I don't have a wisdom. Count over 80 by watching the Simpsons. 100 by Bet on Lamar and the Ravens. We super strong niggas ran and raving. Stealing for cows, we push up and take it. Plug on deliver, he personally bring it. You need 100, then I can arrange it. Fucking on popular bitches who famous. Crib out of Milton with 30K base. Before we go swipe, we gon' cover our face. Fly for that bag, then it's off to the race. C4 with growers, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fire to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We haven't rest and it bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. Ain't got no love for a snake, you get murdered. Youngest with me, they gon' crash like a server. Them niggas throwed off, you know they berserkers. Weighing the Play-Doh while eating a burger. Go hit the east, I get treated like Trump. Son 30 pounds of the shrooms to the gump. Big money hit the rotunda for lunch, but the test to his diamonds, you probably a flunk. Louis, New York, I get sent to the back. Exclusive drip, this is not on the rack. You smell this shit before it come out the vat. Used to get ball, niggas shout out the sack. This shit is falling, zoom in on these diamonds. These niggas jealous, they hate it, we shining. Shopping in Frisco, I'm 49, I'm with a thick hoe, getting saliva. They tried to kill me, but I'm a survivor. Nigga try to steal me, I'm tapping his visor. This is a Cullinan, and this not a Chrysler. I'm out in zone with peace over Kyla. Shopping in Denver, ran in the Shador. Rich nigga hit the grow house in New York. Binary trigger gon' shoot like a fully. These niggas pussy remind me of Sookie. Before with growers, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fire to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We haven't rest and it bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. Before with growers, I know. Walk in my trap and get slapped with a boat. Ain't got no love for no thought or no hope. He'll put that fire to a robber, I know. Yeah, I know. Ride with the cannon, I let the bitch blow. We haven't rest and it bitches, you slow. That boy be putting that shit on, I know. Right now I'm Lily Court, Extra Louis Court, RP Coke, Pt.4. I can make cool 50K, less 24 out. Rhyme with the pack through Tennessee mountains. VPN salts and elite 3 rounds. I'm thumping through it, I don't need no counter. Had to reset potato, bit my neck on my journal. I got oil, I got hemp, I got wax, I got flour. Burn on pre-roll, finger Pluto. Drippin' real hard when I'm hopping down Tudo. I just made a socket that plug named Hugo. 30 laptops in my motherfucking condo. White collar got a nigga bond like Lonzo. D nigga overrated like Joe Flacco. Feeling like Jim Jones, nigga, I'm a capo. I'm flip roll around, feeling like Pop Smoke. Banana cream cake and motherfucking hill rap. Phone like smelled in the pack, get sent back. Phone like an image, I push nigga shit back. Make a hand so I listen in the bank, big fast. Make a hand so I listen in the screen, big fast. All shit talk fin, getting nigga kidnapped. Just nigga got nigga fin, gon' lift off. I'm empty out the magazine when I'm pissed off. I'm on that wedding pie, it got me deep. My bitch said it twice and then she went to sleep. I drop butt on the clock with the purpose technique. I'm a hit from the ride when grandma who beats. I ain't got time in the day, so my female be mad at me. Ain't in that rest, I'm running up rapidly. She know I'm vicious, I'm fucking her savagely. She know I get rap, she know my mentality. Grew up in the trap, watch a couple, yeah, I'm on nigga. Pull up in the Porsche, yeah, the pan on nigga. Yeah, I pull up in the Dodge, yeah, the Ram on nigga. Anybody try, yeah, I'ma blam on niggas. On the headbang, got 50 different girl line. Turn late sun to a 5-5 hairline. Always over dripping, I start my own color line. Got 2 jit dog, I die for both mine. I ain't never satisfied till money increase. Fuck those profile, too many inquiries. They be low key, hang, I can hear them whispering. All these bad get trained, you can see them glimmering. Had to make a U-turn, I just seen the roadblock. I ain't playing no game, I ain't sparing no out. It's full moon now, so I'm burning moon ride. Looking on scheme, why is he on TikTok? Right now, Lily Court, it's a little corduroy. RP Cobra, RP.4. I can make a cool 50K and left 24 out. Rhyme with the pack through Tennessee mountains. VPN salts and elite 3 rounds. I'm thumping through it, I don't need no counter. Had to reset potato, bit my neck on my journal. I got oil, I got hemp, I got wax, I got flour.
A1's on for I'm feeling like Rocco. Big spinner, took a jet to Morocco. I got pretty women showing titties like I'm Flacco. I came in a hard top, I'm still in the drop though. I can make the chart drop whenever I want drop some. I can get my big bro a dime, he'll pop some. These niggas not real slime, they imposter. I know that my odds someone now I'm playing possum. I come from a different type of car, we don't gossip. Pussy nigga acting like it's up, we'll drop him. She digging the rocks in my ear, I'm a roster. Come from out the trench, getting paid like a pop star. I be selling weed by the P like a roster. Who was in the car, only me and a chopper. I can make they heart stop if I decide to pop up. I can make a million every money, don't drop none. I found out a way to make $1,000 profit. Probably said smelling like weed in the cockpit. I done made a quarter this week in Harachis. Top model women trying to feed me a budget. I done got too much to lose, I'm cautious. I done ran it up, I got 16 watches. Which one I'ma drive, I got 16 options. Hopping out 30 clip, bringing 4 pockets.
Burn on Lily Court, it's a little corduroy. RP Cobra, RP.4.
I could make a cool 50K. What's going on? How's everybody doing tonight?
Sweet.
Come on in. Come on in. Hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Friday night call-in show. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Let's get this show on the road. Go ahead and start hitting the link. A bunch of people hit me up after last show, said they wanted to come up. When you doing the next call-in show? I said next Friday. Next Friday, keep your notifications on. So don't everybody all rush at one time. Go on in. Let's get this show on the road so we don't have to be on here too long or all night. Everybody like to wait to the last minute or wait for the first person to call in. Then everybody want to call in. If you're going to call in, why are you waiting for the first person to call in? Just call in. You're going to call in anyway. Go ahead and get it out the way. What's going on? Shout out to everybody who we got in here. It's D-Walk. We got Ken Hooten in the building. STL. J. Cole, what up? Najee, all is well. What's going on? Craig Freeman, what up, what up, what up? St. Louis in the building. Corey Jackson in the building. Back at it is in the building. Back at it is in the building. Who else we got? Corey Jackson. Manny, what's going on? We already got us a call in the back room. Handsome boy Jeffrey. What up? Fonzo the Trucker, what's going on? Shout out to all the MGM gang. Shout out to everybody. The caller called and then hung up. Call back in. I think his name was Sean. I think that's what I saw. Sean, go ahead and call back in, man. Call back in. Anybody that's ready to call in, call in. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Excuse me. Manny, you got to call in, man. You got to call. The purpose of the call in is to call in. It don't matter what you got to ask. Yes, it's it's worth taking up airtime. That's the point. Now, if it was a day where I was cooking and I had like a topic, then I get it. But the purpose of the call-in show is for you to call in, regardless. So go ahead and hit the link. Go ahead and hit the linkage. Shout out to everybody there. I had a bunch of DMs today. I get a bunch of DMs every day, but I had a bunch today. A lot of good news DMs today. A lot of good news. There are a lot of people out there winning. Shout out to man, what's the name? Hold on, because I don't want to mess this up. Shout out to Box Truck Chuck. DM me today. Shout out to Box Truck Chuck. Shout out to give me one second. I see you, Manny. Give me 1 second. Shout out to Mr. Green. Mr. Green was awarded a free 26-foot box truck. So shout out to Mr. Green.
Sweet.
Mr. Green was awarded a free 26-foot box truck. So congratulations to Mr. Green, and good luck on your future box truck endeavors. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Mark, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I'm doing very well, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Oh, no problem, man. Anytime. How can I help you?
All right, so I'm in a kind of a little bit of a predicament. I think I know what I have to do, but I was really hoping you were going to be on a call tonight so I could ask you this question, so I'm glad to be here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Authority is set to go active on Monday. Insurance is in place. ELD is in place. Like everything that I could possibly think of is ready to go. And I think I'm going to run into one issue. The tailgate or the Tommy gate that I have on my 16-foot box truck, I think might be a problem for me when I want to go unload pallets. And I was wondering if from your experience, say I call up Pt.4 or any one of these 3PL companies here, I'm sure, or I'm fairly positive that they'll have a dock there for me that will accommodate me because I am dock height. But when I go to unload, I think I'm going to have an issue because my pallet jack just barely fits on my Tommy gate. It's just narrow enough to fit that, but I'm pretty sure when I get a pallet there, I'll kind of have a little overhang on the left and the right. So the quotes I'm getting in my area is $7,000 for a new gate and then labor for installation.
So you got a small gate, like 1,000-pound, 1,500-pound lift gate?
Yeah, I think so. It's only about like 42 inches deep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what kind of truck is it? Is it a cutaway or is it like a Isuzu?
It's an Isuzu 16-foot box truck. Yeah.
So what's wrong with the lift gate?
The lift gate works. It's just that when I put my pallet jack on it, it's only deep enough to actually have the pallet jack itself. So if I were to put the pallet on it, there's like a little bit of overhang on each side, and there's no way for me to kind of station the pallet jack onto the gate. And also, I'm always gonna have like a little bit of overhang.
I know a type of lift gates you got. I mean, it can work. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta have skills. It's not like a 3,000, like a 3,500-pound lift gate. It's not one of the big ones. You got like the small black foldaway one. So that one you just got to have skills with. It's designed to put pallets. It's just not that comfortability. Like every time you push it, you got that nervousness like it's going to tip over because it's hanging over, right? But
Yeah.
like over
Yep.
like as time goes on and you get accustomed to it, then you'll that'll go away. You just gotta get accustomed to it because you got a small gate, but it's possible.
Okay. And that's why I needed your expertise, because I was just worried. I was like, I don't think this is gonna work out.
Yeah, when you
You know,
when you
this is
pull it, you just got to know how to start turning it. Oh yeah,
that's what
give
my
me.
pallet jack looks like on the lift gate right now.
Hold on, let me see if I can blow this up real quick. Hold on. Yeah, you got a small one. Yeah, it's really small. Yeah. It's doable, but you're gonna have to. It's gonna hang off a little bit. You just gotta have some skills, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't
Well,
feel comfortable doing it, then don't do it.
yeah, not being comfortable might cost me like 10,000, so that's why I figured let me just talk to a pro,
What did
ask
you?
him.
So when did you buy the truck?
I bought the truck like a little over a month ago. It's been a little over a month, yeah. And
And
the
when
pallet
you
jack I just got like 2 weeks ago.
let me see that pallet jack again.
Yeah.
That looked like the skinny fork one.
I have a sideways picture of it too. It might be better to see.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, that's the standard one that usually come with that truck. You just gotta have some skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta have some
That's the
skills. Yeah.
rookie in me being worried about it.
I
So
mean,
I'm gonna
that's
have to
not.
get
I mean,
that.
that's a small thousand. That one might be rated like 1,000, 1,500 pound. But I've
Mhm.
used that size before. I mean, you just gotta have some skills. But you can put a pallet on there. It's just all about over time you'll get good. So when you coming off the truck, you're gonna know the right time to turn it, the right angle to turn it, where to stop it, how to hold on to it and lower yourself down. Same thing in the reverse. You know what I'm saying? So it's just gonna take some skills, man. And then I wouldn't, if it's a pallet that's kind of maybe let's say top heavy and stacked high, then if you don't feel comfortable, then don't do it. I
Gotcha.
wouldn't take anything that's top heavy. Anything that you don't feel comfortable with. Matter of fact, if I were you, I'd drive the truck around to like maybe the back of a grocery store and maybe find a pallet that's laying in the back of the grocery store, just an empty pallet,
Mhm.
and just practice, loading it on and unloading it with an empty pallet so you can get the measurements and stuff and you can get accustomed to turning it and stuff like that without any weight on it. So that at least you can get, the turns and the measurements and eyeballing when to turn it and how to maneuver it and all that stuff before you know, get out there and start working with some pallets with some weight on it.
For
You got a
sure. I'll do
contract
that
yet?
this weekend. No, I didn't get the contract yet. I haven't called anyone just because I didn't have my authority active.
So when you bought the truck, you didn't see that lift gate, or you just didn't pay attention to it, or you just didn't know that it wasn't that big.
I had no idea because I didn't have the pallet jack yet.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got it, I knew that I was going to be doing like deliveries and stuff, but I didn't know exactly what I was going to be doing with it. Cause right now I do bounce house deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, it's been pretty easy. We have those hand trucks that hold the bounce houses. It's kind of like it has like
I
a
talked to
brace
you
on the
before,
sides of it.
right? Have I talked to you before?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we did a consultation
Okay.
like a week and some change ago. Hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gave
So
me
yeah.
a T-Force contact, and you also gave me a contact to somebody to speak to about insurance. So got
Hmm.
their insurance done, made
Did you
my
did you
down
call him?
payment.
You called my
Uh,
guy for the insurance?
yeah, but he wasn't picking up the phone, so I just went on to one of all those messages I was getting as soon as I got my authority, and those people answered me faster, so I just went with that.
Who'd you end up going with?
I think that my general liability provider is like Ever Earspan or something like that.
Okay.
I got my COI if you want to know exactly who the agency is.
No, not the agency. I just wanted to know who the what company. You got the same
Oh,
company for all your coverages, or
it's two different companies for each coverage. So I have one for my liability and the other one for the cargo.
uh okay. So you didn't call the T Force lady yet, then, right?
No, because I figured I wasn't supposed to call her until my authority was active, right?
Right. So it's ready now. So
Yeah.
yeah, try to give her a
Yeah. So
call Monday.
I paid on Monday, and the
Hmm.
insurance agent was like, "Yeah, it'll be good to go in 24 hours or so." So I've been refreshing the Safer FMCSA website like every day. So
Hmm.
today I called FMCSA. I got on the phone with them. I was like, "Hey, just wanted to, because I'm a rookie to everything. So when I don't know, I just call and just say I don't know." And they told me, "No,
Hmm.
we see your insurance here. It's set to go active on the 22nd on Monday." So I got confirmation from them that the letter's in the mail, so I'll get my certificate of authority and everything.
Okay. All right, man. Well, shoot. Congratulations, man. And if you got any other questions, man, just let me know. But yeah, practice with that. Find you an empty pallet and practice with that first. If you feel like nervous or you don't feel comfortable, just practice over the weekend or whenever you find an empty pallet and just get used to it. But that's the standard
Absolutely.
size that usually comes with those Isuzu trucks. Now
Hmm.
you can get something bigger, but it's not going to be like a fold away, right? Like a tuck under. It's going to
Hmm.
be one that like comes up and it like covers your back door. They're going to build a frame onto it, right? So they'll build like a frame onto it. Now those are really really expensive. Really really
Yeah, I
expensive.
got a quote. I got a quote for one of those already. So
It's not
some
worth it.
guy
I
in
would just work
Miami.
with what you got. I would just work with what you got. I mean,
Yeah, I wanted to hear
you
that
got
from you first.
yeah, you got a 16-footer, so I always say it's like a red-headed not a red-headed stepchild. It's like a middle child. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So you kind of like stuck in the middle is like too much for cargo van stuff, but then like not enough for like 26-foot stuff, right? So it's
Yeah,
like, you're limited on what you can do, but there are opportunities out there. But the thing is, and see that one, that don't got a ramp either, because you got some trucks that got a lift gate and a ramp. So that one don't got a ramp because that's in the
hmm,
Suzu. Yeah, so you're gonna have to use your gate. Yeah, because if you go to T Force and you're doing like office supplies, and they send you like on bulk deliveries, you're gonna need that pallet. You're gonna need that lift gate. You're gonna need that lift gate. So you just
so
gotta get
so
used to
right now
working
I
with
would be okay with that, and I just have to get comfortable using my pallet jack with that gate I have.
it. I mean, if you go to T Force, the most you're gonna have on a pallet is just gonna be paper. So
Hmm.
that paper gonna be heavy. So you need to make sure you know how many reams are on each pallet. So you figure each ream weighs about 20 pounds. So you got to make sure you do the math because you don't want to overload um, the lift gate.
Copy
So
that.
all right,
Awesome, man. Thanks
all
for
right, man.
answering that for me. Thanks for giving me that confidence. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you calling in. Later. All right, who's next? Who's next? Come on up. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Call in show Friday night as requested. Bunch of people hit me up. A bunch of uh, Gen Z people hit me up after last week that wanted to come up and represent for the youngins. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? So let me finish my shout out. So yes, so I said shout out to Box Truck Chuck. Who else? Shout out to Mr. Green who was awarded a free box truck, 26-foot box truck. Um, So congratulations to him. You know, perseverance and hard work and a little prayer does pay off. You know, this guy's been hitting me up throughout the year, working really, really hard to get into the box truck business. I think working 2 jobs, saving up, and uh, with a little faith, God, and a donor, got a free 26-foot box truck with a liftgate. So shout out to Mr. Green. That was a really good DM, man. It kind of made my day, man, when I got that. So shout out to you, Mr. Green. All right, so what do we got? Who's calling up? Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Who I see in the chat? I see Natasha in the building. Natasha, we need an update. We need an update on what's going on with that contract, Natasha. So go ahead and hit the link. Who else? Who else we got in here? Who else wanted to come up? There was a bunch of people said they wanted to come up. Now don't nobody want to come up. Why everybody wait till the other people come up? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. St. Louis says, sheesh, that's a hell of an award. Life-changing. Congratulations. Yeah, man, that was a hell of a DM. He sent me pictures. I guess I could show the picture. I don't think he would mind. Let's see. How do I do this without? Now you know what, I'm not going to show the picture. I'm gonna keep his information private. I'm gonna keep it private. All right, who's calling up? Shout out to Jonathan. Who else I see? J. Cole in the building. How do I feel about AI trucking? AI trucking or autonomous trucking? You talking about autonomous trucking? I feel like I don't know what to feel. I feel like it's gonna come eventually, but it's not gonna replace trucks, like truck drivers in general. There's no way an autonomous truck, an unmanned autonomous truck, is gonna be able to drive in the north, you know, during the winter season, during times like what we got going on right now. There's no way an autonomous truck is going to be able to drive north in the winter. So there already are unmanned and manned autonomous trucks in the south, in Georgia, I think Texas, Arizona, California. They're testing it out. I know Walmart has some on the road, but they're running from one fulfillment center or one facility to another Walmart facility. So they're running facility to facility. So they're already out there. I know Amazon ordered 1,000 like 3 years ago. They just haven't been delivered yet because they're still being built. So they should be delivered sometime this year or next year. But I think the delivery is this year. And they're coming. You know, they're coming. They are going to replace jobs, but it's not going to replace the whole industry. I think as, you know, time goes on and they become more plentiful in the South, that's just going to force a lot of truckers to come north. And this just is what it is. That's my outtake on it. That's what I see. There's no way an autonomous truck is going to be able to run up here in the wintertime. No way. Now with the snow, even with, you know, you coming through Chicago or you on the highway coming through, you know, the outskirts of Chicago into Chicago, we use salt. So, you know, once that salt start kicking up and gets on those sensors, you know, it's not going to be able to function. You know, I had to get out once or twice today. I couldn't back into the damn parking spot at the gym. I had to get out, take my finger and wipe the little camera lens to back into the parking spot at the gym, right? So, you know, imagine an autonomous truck that has a multitude of sensors and it's riding up I-55 North or I-57 North or 9094 or 80, and the salt is kicking up. Once that salt blinds those sensors, how is the truck going to operate by itself? It's not. So it's not something that I would worry about in the north, maybe in the south, and that may drive a lot of truckers north, but I think we still a whiles away for that. All right, man. Link pin to the top of the chat. Link pin to the top of the chat. Let me see what other questions I got. Let's see. Wait, go. Trucking. Shout out to Tammy. Yeah, so all these new people saying they new, y'all might as well hit the link. Y'all might as well hit the link. What up, Mark? Do you have any knowledge on the Detroit DD5 engine? No, I do not. Let me see. What's the best way to gain contracts or dedicated lanes? What are you looking to do, Tammy? You should hit the link. You should hit the link, Tammy. What are you looking to do? Please hit the link. It's the call-in show. Call-in show, Friday night call-in show. What lane are you looking to run? Yellow.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Yo, I have a quick question. Thank you for taking out your time and then being here right now. We do appreciate. So, I'm trying to get into the trucking business, but also I was trying to see if there is a way. I don't have a truck right now, but I was trying to see if I can get a way to use a rental truck and then have an active MC number and use the rental truck for now and get some money till I can be able to like finance my own truck.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. You can do that. People do
But
it all the
how
time.
can I get my MC number activated if I don't have insurance and all of that? I don't know how to go.
DM me, and I'll tell you. I'm not gonna say it online.
O- Okay, where can I get your DM info? Because I just joined and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make use of this opportunity now.
Do you have Instagram or Facebook?
Yeah, I do.
Or you could just email me. Either way.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, can I
You have
please
my.
have your email?
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, perfect.
That's all you got for me. Any other questions?
No, that's it. That's it right now. Yeah, I've been stuck on this point.
Yeah, you can do it. Just email me. If I don't get back to
Mhm.
you right away, then just be patient.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
All right, take it easy.
All right.
All right, who's next? Call in show. Hit the linkage. Where all the young bloods at? All the young bloods that normally call up. What's up, all the young bloods that said they wanted to come up this Friday? What else I see in the chat? Uh, let me see. Shout out to Micah. Looking back, I think I would have gone a rental route at least first before dropping my biggest bag on my truck. Uh, if you can get a good rate, you can get a good rate. A lot of people running rentals with bad, horrible rates. You know, but yeah, I mean, starting with a rental is not bad if you can get a good rate. Good rates are like finding a needle in the haystack now. Let's see. Da, 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 da. but no, I think what you're doing, Manny, since you already got the other business with the bouncy houses, I think a 16-footer is fine. I think if you just follow the blueprint that I gave you in that coaching call, I think you'll be fine. I think it's a good 16-footer is good to start with if you know what you're doing. So if you just follow the directions that I gave you, you should be fine. You know what I'm saying? You can find a dedicated route doing the office supplies like I told you during the first half of the day, and then you got your bouncy house thing going on, and then you also got, other gig opportunities that you could do on Thumbtack, GoShare, Curry, Freight, so on and so forth. So I think between the dedicated stuff and your bouncy house thing, I think you should be fine. I think you should be fine. Natasha says my sister made a capstone meeting. That's next week, but another company reached out due to me going out to the warehouses, introducing myself. The manager sent my flyer to someone at Sir Lancelot. All right, so what happened? Are you working? Is the truck running? Is the van running? What's going on, Natasha? Hit the link. I did make a business plan after I called to help put everything into perspective for me. Okay, cool. All right, so who am I waiting on? I'm waiting on Natasha. I'm waiting on Tammy. Who else am I waiting on? Don't make me end this live, man. Y'all asked me to do this. All these people asked me to do this. Now I'm here and everybody's scared. Everybody's scared. Now is the time. You're going to be waiting in my DM for 2 weeks. I'm about 2 weeks behind on DMs. I think the DMs that I responded to today was like 8 or 9 days from 8 or 9 days ago. So, if you're not in that inner circle, then, you ain't getting that quick turnaround time. You on the new. So, all right, what else we got? Come on, Natasha, we waiting on you. We need to know what's going on with that van. We need an update. I guess Tammy don't want an answer to her question. I guess you're gonna have to figure things out. No problem. All right, link pinned to the top of the chat. If I don't get 2 more people to call in, then I'm not doing this call-in show for a long time. I don't have any talking points because this is a call-in show, so I don't have any talking points tonight, guys. I'm just waiting on people to call in. Last week it was a line of people calling in. Week before that it was a line of people. A week before that it was a line. I'm not gonna crack jokes on you if you don't say nothing crazy. The young guys that I was cracking jokes with last week, that's because they wanted to crack jokes. If you coming up here and you serious, we'll be serious. If you serious and joking, then we're gonna be serious and joking. Like when Manny came up, he was serious, so I was serious. If you come up and you serious and you joking, then I'm gonna be serious and joking. So how you want to play? I just draw off people energy. However your energy is, and I'm just gonna play off your energy. So every time I get on live, no one ever sees my questions. I'm sorry, really not prepared. Well, it's a call-in show. It's not meant to see. All you have to do is hit the link and call in, and then you can say your question verbally. I see everything in the chat. But this is a call-in show. Call-in. The call-in interaction is much more seamless because there's a delay. So what I'm saying right now, you probably won't actually hear what I'm saying at this very moment for another 5 or 10 seconds. So when you typing stuff in the chat, there's a delay, right? So if you come up, there's no delay. You can ask your questions. I can answer them more seamlessly, and the conversation and the free coaching, because that's what it essentially is, you know, can flow a little bit more. It could be a little bit more fluid, more of a fluid conversation versus me waiting for your response and all that stuff. Shout out to Great Polo for that super chat.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think Natasha, I'm not going to beat you up. Last time I beat you up, Natasha, because you needed to get beat up. You needed that. You was out here tweaking. You was out here complaining, tweaking, talking about it was too hard, it was too many stops. We ain't honoring that around here. It's doable. So we not honoring it. You know what I'm saying? We going to hold you accountable. You know, we equal opportunity. We equal opportunity accountability holders. We don't show no favoritism. Just because you a woman don't mean, this what y'all wanted. This what y'all fought for. Y'all fought for equal opportunity. So now y'all have equal opportunity. So we can't treat you any different. We can't treat you no different. This is what it is now. You have equal opportunity, so we have to treat you accordingly. The job is the job. All right? So go ahead. Hit the linkage. Let me see. So I guess Natasha don't want that free coaching. She don't want it. So she ain't serious. Not Natasha. Tammy, she not serious about her box truck business then. She's saying she's not prepared. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. You got an opportunity to come holler at the kid on the free ski. Get your questions answered, and you talking about you not prepared. You a business person, you supposed to always be prepared. Always. So that means you ain't that serious. You ain't that serious. So you know what we say, Natasha, welcome to the channel, but
You tweaking.
How you doing?
How's it going?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Give me 1 second. Let me mute you on YouTube. So I just wanted to check in. I really didn't have too many questions that you haven't answered through other content. But I see you were saying you needed people to join, and if people didn't join and you wouldn't do it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that your content is valuable, so shit, I wanted you to continue to drop jewels. But the reason why I'm even into the box trucking or interested in the box trucking industry is because one of my buddies, who's doing some time right now, he's been doing his research on it. He told me he was really interested in it. So I told him I would take a look into it. So I've been looking at, the Instagram gurus. He's been sending me certain people's Instagrams and things of that nature. And I came across your content on YouTube. And so I just wanted to ask, what would be your advice for a situation where this may not be my passion or long-term goal, but say this is something that I'm willing to do, I'm willing to put in the time, the hours to, get this business up and running for, him to come in and take over, because this is something that he's really interested in, and this is somebody that I, care about and, things like that. So
Well, you said you're not passionate about it, so I mean, if you're just doing it for him, then I guess when he gets out, you'll hand it over to him,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, no, no. I'm passionate about just, working towards a goal that I feel that, is bigger than myself. That's probably the best way to put it. I'm figuring myself more like a selfless person than a, selfish person at times, and I feel like that's kind of why I go through the ups and downs of certain things. But the reason why I kind of took the interest to it to even hit on that note is because I looked at trucking as kind of like a recession-proof business when you think about it, being as though goods always need to be hauled from point A to C. Um, you know, with the boom of even e-commerce, all type of shit. I mean, things need to go on the road, whether shit is in stores or not. Um, so
Well, that's a yes and a no. It depends on this. It depends on the sector, and it depends on the commodity.
okay,
So it's not necessarily recession proof. So that's something I disagree with. That can be a yes or a no, depending on the sector and depending on the commodity. Because right now, if you look at like flatbed, as far as like people that move building supplies, it's down.
mm,
Ain't nobody buying nothing. Ain't nobody building nothing right now.
right, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Essentials are always gonna move.
And I think that I
So
think that that's what I was thinking about when I was saying that. That makes sense.
so it all depends on the commodity and the sector that you in. So you got to be mindful of what you choose coming uh, in order if you want to stay recession proof.
Right. Um. So what would be the best route to jump straight in the game with little to no capital, but uh maybe
When you
credit
when you,
or
when you say little to no capital, how much is that?
I mean couple $1,000,
When you say a couple, that's like 2 grand.
Yeah, like 2,500 through
Nothing.
5,000. Yeah,
Nothing.
that's what I'm saying. Little or nothing. Yeah,
Nothing.
you know.
No, no, I'm saying nothing. There's nothing you can do.
Oh, it's nothing.
Nothing. I mean, you can use your car. You can do deliveries in your car. That's
But
about
but
it.
but let me ask you this. So I guess that's what I was asking as far as when I mentioned the credit. Do you think that it, having your experience, do you think that it's worth taking that risk to go get a truck through credit to try to, maneuver through these different avenues?
Where you gonna get the business credit from?
You can't use personal
You
just to
can.
obtain a truck.
You got that type of personal credit?
Yeah,
How much you think the truck costs?
I would say about 25 to 30.
So you saying you have credit lines with that much on it, or you talking about getting a personal loan?
Getting like a personal loan and walking to the bank with the check.
So you get a
I mean,
personal loan
walking.
for so you get a personal loan for 30,000, right?
Mm,
And then you go buy a truck. Then what?
and then, like find the dedicated routes or try to
What
hustle and bust.
about what about your insurance?
And so that's what I was asking, like,
What about your
having.
working capital?
So what would you figure those thresholds are?
Man, if you want to get into the box truck business, shoot. Uh, on the tail end, you skimming it with about, man, 25, 30,000. I mean, here's the thing. If you go get a truck, first of all, I wouldn't even suggest you go get a truck. You
Okay.
already working with nothing. So I mean, you ain't gonna have no money to go through the learning curve. You go take a personal loan for 30,000, you go find you a truck for 30,000, you put 15,000 down. If they'll finance 15,000, 9 times out of 10, they not. And a person that's going to finance 15,000, let's say you put 10,000 or 15,000 down to finance the other, it's going to be a hard money. You're going to end up spending another, that 15,000, you're going to end up spending back 35, 40 probably.
Right, just to chop the loan down.
So, and the only reason I'm saying if you get 30 to give them 15, because you're going to need money. You're going to need money to get your insurance, pay your down payment. You're going to need money to get your ELD. You're going to need money to get your, equipment, blankets, straps, things like that. You're going to need to fill up your tank. You're going to need to go get the truck tested. You're going to have to take it to a shop so it can get an inspection. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what might be wrong with it. You don't know what you're going to have to fix to get it ready.
Right.
You're going to have to fill it up. You're going to need working capital to get you going. You're going to have to sign up for, if you're going over the road, you got to sign up for a load board subscription.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. So that's what DAT is?
Yep. So you still got a lot more money to spend outside of the truck.
Right.
And you got to have money available. You got to have working capital. You got to have money. So that's why a lot of people fail. They don't have money. It's not something that you can do without money. It's just like any other business.
Right.
So, coming in with a little to nothing is not going to work.
It's not one of them.
I don't think any business you can really start. I mean, maybe a business on a smaller scale, but not this business. Anything can happen. You buy a truck, your first load, the truck could break down. Then what? You ain't even got paid. You ain't even got paid yet. You on your first load. And that happens. It happens more times. I actually had somebody on one of my streams, on one of my shows, testimonials, where his first load, the truck broke down. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but
no, I understand.
You have to have money for unforeseen situations. Anything can happen.
So do you feel like the threshold would be different trying to jump into the cargo van business, or it's really kind of one and the same?
Cost of entry is lower, but even that couple grand that you talked about, it's not going to be enough for that either.
Okay.
Like when you be seeing these people talking about, well, you can start your business for less than $5,000 and all that. That would apply. That would apply maybe 15 years ago.
It's so
10
funny,
years ago, but not today.
Not to cut you off, it's funny that you mentioned that, because it was this my buddy was sending me this guy's Instagram. He was talking about you finance a truck through me, I guarantee you 6,000 to 8,000 a week. It's then the third, and I'm just in my head like, okay.
So he's a dispatcher, this guy you talking about?
I'm not necessarily sure exactly what he does.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. See, I don't really follow anybody, especially on Instagram. I'm not really heavy on Instagram. I don't follow anybody. I don't really, so I don't know. I just know it's a lot of cap over there. But yeah, even with the little couple grand you talked about with a cargo van, it's not enough, bro. When I first rented my first box truck, this is years ago. Because I started out humble. I started with my own pickup truck, and then I went and rented a box truck. When I actually rented my first box truck, you gotta remember this is years ago, so the cost of entry was a lot cheaper. I had already had 5 figures saved up. I think it was like 15 to 20 grand I had put away.
Yeah.
So now you fast forward 14, 15 years later, a lot of the variables that are in play now weren't in play then. You didn't have to put a down payment back then. You just go in and rent a truck. They charge you up front for 1 week. They'll give you a bunch of free miles and call you next week to rerun your card again. Now you got to put a down payment and just a bunch of just parameters and variables you got to deal with. So even with that, you rent a truck, you got to put a down payment. So even a couple grand, your down payment might be a couple grand.
All right.
And then they coming right back next week. So if you rent the truck Monday, you put your down payment and pay for your first week. Next Monday, they coming right back.
Yeah.
They coming right back. So that means you got 7 days or 6.5 days to make some money. So that you can have that money available. But you still got to get you got to put a down payment for your insurance. You got to buy all your equipment. You got to fill the truck up. You got to get your log. You got to sign up for your load board. All this costs money.
Right.
All this costs money. So, nah, man, if you ain't talking for a 26-foot box truck, man, if you ain't touching on about a 2-piece, at least you ain't talking about 20,000 or better, then 10 grand ain't gonna do it for you.
Okay.
10 grand, you gonna be renting a truck, running by the skin of your teeth.
So let me ask you this. Realistically, let's say you got 25. You got some cushion, right? You have a good year. What does a good year look like?
You said 25,000 or 2,500?
25,000. You got 25,000. You secure the truck. You got money to cover for a year. What does a good year look like at the end of the year
For one truck?
for one truck?
Me? $250,000? That's me though. Cause I know what to do. And what I'm gonna do, most people ain't gonna do. So
And what's this? That's pushing it to the max, like.
no, I wouldn't go over the road.
Mm,
I would be
okay.
here local.
But would that be more tailored to your area, or is that like a?
No, I do a lot of heavy lifting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
my truck gonna be parked most of the day. My truck gonna be parked most of the day. It's
Because
gonna be a lot of heavy lifting.
I seen you was touching on that. So you basically talking about that moving company is more than what people think it might be.
I did it for years. It ain't more than what people think it might be. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just ain't nobody gonna want to do it. Like what people make work and hope they can make in a week, I could make that in a day.
Mm.
I've done moves and made $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in a day. I had a $6,000 move. Long distance moves, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Local moves, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
That's cool.
But come with a lot of work.
Right.
You gotta have the right people, the right team, the right equipment, and the know-how to move this stuff, load this stuff, wrap this stuff. They start early. Day like that, a $3,000, $4,000 day, that's a 6, 7 a.m. start time. That could be a 10, 11 midnight end time.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
See, a lot of
That make-
people ain't gonna want to do that. So, and that 250 is just being modest. That's just a modest number because I don't want to,
Okay.
I could
Yeah.
I could do like how I start with a 16-footer and do 3 1-bedrooms a day in today's time because the rates are higher now, and that'll be $1,500 a day, easy, and that's on a minimum.
But
Oh,
realistically, like, not to cut you off, I apologize. Are you having to build this rapport to be able to even secure this, this
you
work?
got to build a business out. You got to market yourself. How are people gonna know you exist?
Right.
You got to market yourself. That goes another. That's why I say I know I could do because I've done it.
Right.
If I wanted to do it all over again, I know what to do. I know how to market. I know what demographic to target. I know what price point.
Are you spending money on marketing?
Nowadays you do. When I first got started, you didn't have to. Because the stuff you have to spend money on now didn't exist back then. People were still looking for movers in the yellow pages. How old are you?
25.
You don't even know what the yellow pages are, do you?
No, I do.
Okay. So back
I
when
ain't gonna lie,
back
I was born on that cusp. I know about MapQuest, all type of stuff.
you was born in 97?
8. Yeah.
98? 98 I was graduating out of high school.
Yeah.
Class of 98.
Yeah.
So when I started my company, people were looking for movers in the yellow pages. I had a contract delivering yellow pages at one point. So nowadays, yes, you have to pay for your marketing. Okay. Because the yellow pages don't exist anymore. Craigslist, which is another tool I used back in the day, is it's just watered down and just flooded with scams and sketchy individuals on
Right.
both sides, from the consumer side and from the service provider side. So yeah, you gotta use things like TaskRabbit. You gotta have marketing tools. I gave one gem away where you can go to every storage facility in your area, leave a couple flyers, some business cards, and strike a deal with the facility manager and give them a $50 kickback. Because people that are moving in or out of storage every day, and at least one of those people are going to say, do you guys work within a moving company? And you want to be the moving company that they refer people to, and you giving the storage facility manager a kickback, $50. $50 ain't nothing.
That's free game. That's free game. I appreciate it.
It's a lot of other marketing tactics you can use, but that's how I would make it. Now, most people ain't going to do that because most people nowadays don't want to do the work. If you're willing to put the work in for a set amount of years, then you can run up your bag quick. So moving, it's the hardest thing to get a license for, but it's it's the fastest way to make a lot of money. It's the hardest way, but the hardest thing is always going to get you the most money. And the money you talking about, the gap is like, it's day and night. Like literally, what a middle mile trucker is running all week to make, that's a 4-bedroom house. Move. 2 26-foot trucks, 6 guys. We there all day. That's $300-$400 an hour. That's about $400-$500 in truck fees. It could range anywhere up to $1,000 in material.
And it's just in rapping, all type of boxes.
Oh yeah, because we spending our time. See, that's the game. We rapping everything. That's where the time getting spent at. Okay. We rapping everything. Everything's getting rapped. See, me, if I pulled up on a job and they was trying to hurry up and you taking something to the truck and ain't wrapped, that's a possibility of something getting damaged. And two, that's taking money out of my pocket. No, I need it wrapped. Wrap everything.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what's on the truck. When I look at it, if I can't tell what it is by its shape, I shouldn't see it at all. If I pull up on a job, I don't want to be able to tell what's what because it should be wrapped. The only thing I want to be able to tell is by the shape. Okay, I know that's a mattress. Yeah, I could tell that's a couch. But I don't want to know what color it is.
Right.
I don't want to know if it's leather. I don't want to know if it's microfiber. I don't want to see it. Only thing I want to see is blue and black blankets or 80 gauge shrink wrap.
Okay.
Because that's all money. Because I'm looking at the money. I'm looking at the money. And each item you wrap takes time. No, break it down. Break it down. Take all the legs off.
Mm-hmm.
Break it all the way down. Because, we got to make sure things get to point A to point B safely. But on the back end, that's taking more time.
And so how you invoicing these people? Are you going through third-party apps? Like, how are you securing your payment?
That's why you make so much money, because you're not dealing with anybody in the third party. You dealing directly with the consumer.
Right.
There's no middleman. If it's a 4 or 5 bedroom room and I'm sending 2 26-footers and I'm sending 6 guys and I'm charging them $400 an hour, it's $400 an hour. If I'm charging them $250 truck fee for each truck, that's $500, $400 an hour, plus the material costs. 20% markup on the material.
Excuse me, I need to blow my nose. Give me 1 second.
So it's pretty much cut and dry.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you for your time, man. Okay. So out of what of that 250 is profit though?
I just threw a number. I'm telling you, that's a minimum. I can tell you, I could do one truck. I can do 250. So what's 50% maybe? Because here's the thing with moving, all the cost is incurred by the customer. We charge the customer for everything versus middle mile trucking and, let's say, final mile and stuff like that. That's not the case. You got a person eating off your plate, you're running on a percentage. See, with moving, I charge the customer. If I'm charging the customer $75 a man and I'm paying $25 an hour, that means I'm making $50 an hour off each man.
Right.
I'm charging each customer a truck fee. Just for the use of the truck, they have to pay for that.
And they let you source all this. That's just how the game works. I'm not privy.
Moving is a premium service. Moving is a premium service. You know why? Because this is something you can do yourself. Most people don't want to do it because it's too taxing.
Right.
It's too labor intensive. So it's a premium service. So people pay a premium price for it.
That makes sense.
But it's also liability driven. You can damage a lot of stuff. You could scratch somebody's foot. When you're moving a $300-$400 an hour move, this isn't a yuppie. This isn't a person who's a new hire, college graduate who just got their new job. This is a well-to-do household.
I figured.
You talk about 4 or 5 bedrooms. These are people who are well-to-do that are paying a company after extensive research for quality service. The money isn't an issue. They just want their shit to get from point A to point B in one piece. So these are people that are money. You know, you could. I've booked jobs where people have booked them under aliases, and the crew gets there. They call back to the office. Mark, you know who house we at? Yeah, Joe Schmo. Nah, this Ron Majors. Well, no, they booked it under Joe Schmo.
Right.
We've moved professional athletes. They always book them as under aliases. I actually did a job 2 years ago, my last year in 2022, for one of the players on the Chicago White Sox. I did the job. He booked it. He booked it with me. I went on the job. I don't watch baseball. I didn't know who the guy was.
Right.
My team told me who he was. When we were loading and stuff, he just had a lot of memorabilia, like bobbleheads and shit. And they were looking like, man, this dude. And he was like, yeah, I'm Tim Anderson from the Chicago White Sox. So, but he booked it under an alias. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, now when you're in these people's homes, you can imagine you got the star player, like Tim Anderson is the star player for the Chicago White Sox.
Darn.
So the home was what you would think a person who's making $25 million, I think, a season would live in. So you talking about star player furniture, star player floors, star player walls. So there has to be an extreme amount of care taken, because this claim is going to be different than the claim for the guy who works, you know, in coding down at the Google building, who's probably making an $80,000 or $90,000 a year. He's probably living in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
And his furniture is IKEA.
Right.
You know, I've moved surgeons, doctors, rich surgeons that have, I had a guy, I told this story before, he had a $20,000 Ralph Lauren armoire. He didn't care about nothing else in the house. He said, listen, this is a vintage piece. Ralph Lauren doesn't even sell this anymore. I paid $20,000 for this armoire. This
I
is
don't even know who that is.
You don't know who is Ralph Lauren?
What the armoire? What's that?
You don't know what an armoire is? It's a heavy piece of furniture, real heavy. Like an armoire is something that's a mover that, you know, there's a few things in you a mover that you don't like. You don't like armoires. You don't like pianos. You don't like safes.
Okay.
So an armoire is like a huge, it's like almost like a chest, but like a tall cabinet.
Okay.
It's extremely heavy. Most armoires are extremely heavy. So if people put clothes in them, you know, you got some that have like where you could put like back in the day, you could put like your tube TV up here, and then underneath it would be drawers, and then where the tube TV at, like at the cabinet doors, you can close them and open them. So it's like a vintage. You don't really see them being sold in stores today, but it's a really heavy piece of furniture. Actually, This is why I threw my shoulder out on an armoire about 2 years ago, and it just ain't been the same since. I literally threw it out, unloading it. I got it on the truck. We took it down a flight of stairs at the unload, and then we had to go up a steeper flight of stairs, and I was on the truck. I strapped it up. No, I hadn't strapped it yet. We had it on the truck, and I was going to turn it, but I had already pulled it coming down with it, and it just popped. It ain't been the same since.
So, at what point do you scale back and let your business run autonomously? Is there ever a point where that's possible?
Yeah, I did it when I got to 3 trucks.
Okay.
But I didn't do it to let it run autonomously. I just went harder. I had to come off in order to keep growing. I couldn't continue to grow with being on the truck. It got to the point where I'm on a truck and I got 2 other trucks. So when they getting done with jobs, they calling me to close out the job, but I'm on the truck and the customer's looking at me because I'm on a truck. Person's paying $110 an hour, but I'm steady stepping away, taking calls and typing on an iPad and shit like that. So I realized in order for me to continue to grow, I had to remove myself so that I could focus on the day to day and keep growing the business. So I was forced to go. So I would say when you're forced to go, not if your business is up and operational, you can operate your business still with being on the truck, then be on the truck. I think that's what a lot of people's problems are. Everybody wants this stream of income and want to be like this boss and be sitting on the beach somewhere and why they got trucks running and they think it's like that. It's not like that. Every vacation I took, I was getting cussed out the whole vacation. I'm
on your phone the whole time.
Pretty much.
All right.
And I was forced to take those vacations. So, but I'm on the phone the whole time. So my flights are planned, overnight flights because I need to be landed when business is up and operational so I could be taking calls. So like with me to take a trip was very strategic and had to be planned out well. And it's like, you on a trip, but you still working. So, business, this industry don't really run like that. I was forced to come off the truck in order to grow the business. If I was still able to manage the other truck or other two trucks I had going, then I probably would have stayed on. I was forced to come off. That's how I knew it was time to come off.
Okay.
And as soon as I came off, I ran them 3 trucks up to 15 in a year.
15 what?
Trucks.
15 trucks from 3 trucks.
When I came off, I was able to run them up.
Yeah.
Because now I'm focused on building the business. I can book more jobs. I can close out jobs quicker. I can expand the company.
And so at this point, does it become the cash cow, or is it a thing to where you can step away and try to grow a new plant?
What do you mean cash cow?
Like, think of McDowell's for example, right? Like
McDowell's?
Yeah, McDonald's.
You talking about the fake McDonald's from Coming to America?
Fake McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Why would I think of that?
Because what I'm saying is, it's like, this is a business where he went all in. It seems like it's a mom and pop business. That's basically what I'm saying. A mom and pop business.
That's fiction, though. I don't want to compare nothing to fiction.
Nah,
everything I'm doing is real. I'm real in the flesh. This is in the flesh.
I wasn't saying that.
Compare something else. Yeah, but use something else. That's fiction.
Okay. All right. Okay. Is this your BP? You know what I'm saying? Like,
is what my BP?
Away, you can you franchise it? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying your moving company or just box truck businesses is.
You could, but I mean, to franchise, you could do whatever you want to do. All right. So, but to me, I think what you thinking like you talking about cash cow and stuff. Like you gotta get your foot in the dough. You gotta come up with the money. See, you worry about the money. See, here's the thing. This is where people go wrong. You come in worrying about the money. See, the money was never a thing to me. Because when I first got started, it was because my back was against the wall. I just happened to fall into the money. But my whole thing was building the business. The money was coming. I just wanted to keep building.
Right.
Before I rented a truck, just working out of my pickup truck, I had saved the most money I had ever saved before in my life. And I was just working out of a pickup truck. When I rented that first box truck, then I was gone. When I got the second one, wasn't no catching me. The third one, what? Is you crazy?
Mm.
Then when I came off and I started buying trucks, it was game over. Then I got a warehouse. Forget about it. So I was challenging myself to keep moving. It wasn't the money. The money was there. At that point, I was making $90,000 a month gross. The money wasn't an issue. I know how to make money. It was me challenging myself. So if you thinking about money, you thinking about the wrong shit. You chasing money. I'm chasing success. With success, money gonna come.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that, because I'm definitely chasing the same thing as far as like the way I look at it. Money is just a tool.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
that money
you
is like a all tell all be all. So it's not that at all.
it's a tool, but you have to use the tool. See, I'm not listen, because I'm just going off your words. You saying cash cow and stepping away, and you ain't even built a bit. Like the stuff that you thinking about is like you talking about long, like you got to get in the business first, man. The things you thinking about, I wasn't even thinking about those things. When I first got in the business, I was really up and running. The way I was thinking was like, man, I'm gonna have this business forever and I'm gonna pass it down to my kids and shit like that. And then after years, I realized that wasn't gonna be the case. I said, I need to run it. I need to run it up, and I need to get out. Huh?
Why you figure that changed though for you? Like what made that change for you?
I saw the way things were headed.
Mm.
I saw the way things were headed. Hold on, I'm gonna add another caller to the call.
Okay.
Yo,
how you doing, Mark?
how you doing?
Pretty
I talked to you
good. How are
before,
you?
right?
I ain't expect
Last
you
week.
to add me that quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna add you because, yeah, you were on the call last week, right?
Yeah. You told me to speak to Axel, and I've been
Yeah.
watching Axel's stuff, but I really trust your word, and I put the research into you, and so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be asking you more questions because I trust your word.
10-4. What can I do for you?
My question is basically, you're starting a cargo van business. Other than the EIN, the LLC, and the authority, what are 3 steps you take after that?
You in Ohio?
Nah, I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm between, like I was telling you last time, my market here ain't really, it's not worth anything. I'm looking to
Oh, you
go
said
over the road.
yeah. So you gotta get your DOT, your MC. You need to check with Pennsylvania and see if you got to get your interstate authority there. I don't know if that's required there, but if it is, you have to get that as well. Yeah, after you get everything, then you can just go start shopping for your van and your insurance. After you get your authority and your business structure and everything, you can go start shopping for insurance and go shop for you a van and then shop for your insurance. But you need to have a plan on what you want to do. So whoever you want to run under, whatever load boards you want to use, probably like Selectus or some shit like that, you need to have all those ducks in a row. Have all those ducks in a row. Huh?
Is there any load boards like Selectus, any other than Selectus that you would name?
For cargo vans, that's probably your best bet from what I know. But you always gonna be limited with a cargo van because your capacity is minimal.
Yeah. I'm looking to rent a cargo van to get started too.
Yeah. However you want to do it. Just, make sure you got the plan. But yeah, Axel, he's in the chat, so But I mean, if you don't want to talk to him, you don't have to talk to him. But yeah,
I
so
ain't,
yeah,
I
after
ain't
you,
saying that. I ain't
huh?
saying I don't want to talk that. I ain't saying I'm not saying I'm neglecting any information from Axel. I'm just saying I like the information you're giving, and yeah, in due time I will
Hmm.
grow to watch more of Axel's things and hopefully trust Axel's word the way that I trust what you say.
I appreciate that.
Because you ain't sugarcoating nothing, and that tells me basically, like, I ain't seen you tell one person basically, yeah, get in it, it's all good over here, we eating. I ain't heard none of that.
Hmm. Yeah,
And that's that's good business.
yeah,
People can make the choice for themselves basically. If I mean, it sound good, but everything that sound good ain't always good. But you ain't
right.
making it sound good, which tells me at the same time that
Well, well, here's the thing: it's business, So it's not gonna always be peaches and cream. I rather show you. I rather, here's the thing: when it's good, it's good. No one complains about good, right? Good is good.
correct.
If something is going good, then it's going good. It's maneuvering around the bad stuff, knowing how to maneuver around it, knowing how to avoid it, and knowing, once you in it, how to get out of it. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's where people are always going to need the help. Shit going good is fine. So why would I focus
yeah,
my time on the good shit? No one comes looking for you when shit is going good. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
I know what
when
you're saying.
you
I
got
know what
family members, you don't hear from them until they in a jam and they need to borrow some money, right?
yep, yep. I know what
so
you're saying. Just
so
tell me about the rainy day. I can go to the beach on a sunny day on my own.
exactly. So so I don't, I think I give people a full spectrum of what it is. I'm not going to talk about the money and shit you can make because you can't make that unless you have the blueprint for success.
Yeah,
And everybody ain't gonna make the same money because everybody ain't gonna put in the same work. Everybody don't live in the same market. Everybody ain't gonna run the same lane. Some people not gonna do what it takes. Some people ain't cutthroat enough. Some people ain't ruthless enough. Some people ain't gonna sacrifice enough. Some people ain't gonna practice delayed gratification enough. Some people are gonna live be above and beyond their means. Some people are gonna go out here and have illegitimate kids, and have multitude of different baby mamas. Some people are just gonna go out here and the first little money they get, they're gonna go buy some dumb shit. So, everybody ain't gonna be the same. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, true.
so but yeah, after you get all your authority and everything, go get your start shopping for you a van, go get your insurance, and then after that, uh your broker should make the filing so you can go active, and then after that you can start um applying, or you could be applying simultaneously while you're doing that, the latter part of that, for opportunities.
Okay.
But you say you want to go over roads, so just get the load board and then start looking for loads
And best little board you could think of would be selected. Selective.
for that cargo van stuff. Yeah.
And I heard you say it before. I don't think I really wrote it down or took note of what would be the best cargo van with the extended roof. I think you were saying.
I mean, if that's what if you can afford it, yeah. But if you can't afford it, then, but for that OTR stuff, you are gonna need that extended loop, that extended length. You are gonna need that extended length and the high roof. I wouldn't if I was going OTR, I wouldn't deal with like a 1500 or a T150. I would just go ahead and do it right the first time. I mean, the price difference is gonna be some couple $1,000. So if you ain't got enough for it, then you might as well hold off. If that's what you want to do, go over the road. You might as well do it right the first time.
I mean, I said I told you I was looking to rent, and I'm just basically saying if that is the option for me to rent that van over another van, then yeah, that's the van that I'm
Yeah,
gonna take.
yeah. They got those at
So any with an
pretty much
extended roof
anywhere.
and the extra length.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't got too many more questions I can ask right now, but I'm gonna get in your DM too on Facebook probably. You have a good night and God
All
bless.
right, man. God bless, man. Be safe.
You too.
Yes, all right, man. Where we leave off at?
I think we left off at we were just talking about the moving company,
Mhm.
profits, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, man. If you want to get in, you just gotta, man. You gotta run your bag. You gotta run your bag up, man, so you have enough money to get in and do the work, man. You just gotta run your money up, man. If you ain't got the capital, you gotta start with what you got. So if you got a car or a van or a pickup truck or something, man, there's plenty of things you can do. And then just, work those work for those logistics companies utilizing what you have, and then work your way up from there. It's probably better that you don't start with a box truck anyway, man. The 26 foot box truck takes skill, man. Takes skill, man. Yeah, I know what you're doing.
But if you was getting into the moving game, is that what you would need?
You get into the moving business, you're gonna need everything I told you, but you're gonna need people. You can't do it by yourself. The money that I'm talking about, because you asked me,
Right.
you ain't gonna come in and do what I can do, because you don't have the knowledge or the experience. All right. So even if you had the money to get a 26-foot truck and all the equipment, get your licensing, branding, I don't care if you had the money where you paid Google ads to be on top of the search engine anytime somebody in your market type was looking for a mover. You got all that. You can't do nothing without the people.
Right.
And not only the people, the right people. So people is one thing, but then you got to have some dogs. You can't, like, this is the real deal. This is like, being in a gang, and you got some people that's in the gang, they affiliated, they members, but they ain't members. They ain't the ones out there putting in work. You see what I'm saying? When you running a moving company, every single person got to be one of the members that's putting in work. You got to have some killers. They got to be dog. They got to be killers. Forget dogs. Especially if you trying to touch that real paper. Now, you can do 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms in studios. You could do a multitude of those a day, which is fine. I had trucks doing those, but then you got your big trucks with your real killers that's doing them 13, 14-hour jobs.
Mm.
Those are the jobs where you moving 300-400-pound armoires. You moving 4 or 5 bedroom homes. 2 26-foot trucks full. You wrapped the whole house. You loaded the whole house. Now you gotta go drive to the new house and unload it, unwrap everything, and put everything back together. That's a different day. That's a day where you bring in 2 or 3 work shirts, because you sweating them out.
Right.
That's the day when the guys that's on the truck, loading the truck on a 90-degree day, they on the truck with no shirt on. That's the day where you come into work weighing 170, and by the time you get off, you weigh 160. I'm serious.
Nah, I feel you.
Them the days, that's the type of money that when you get to the crib, you fall asleep in the shower. Them the jobs where you wake up in the next morning, you stiff.
And you got to be hands-on with it.
How you gonna learn? How you gonna be able to train your people?
Right.
You want to make money or you don't? You say you want to make the money, right? You sound like you want to make the money. So I'm telling you how to make the money.
Nah, I appreciate it.
So you want to
You
make
know,
the money.
nah,
That's how you
nah.
make the money.
You know the reason why I asked you that though is because I remember I was watching one of your videos and you had touched on immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
Who we praying on?
I'm not praying. I'm just listening. Just folding, crossing my hands.
My bad. So you was talking about the immigrants, and so I'm in a DMV area, and you can go to the Home Depot, Lowe's, any one of them Johnsons.
So you gonna put somebody on your truck that you don't know, and you gonna send them into somebody's house? They might have been a Venezuelan that got let out of the jail and dropped off at the border, and then while you upstairs wrapping the mattress, the lady downstairs, now he done pushed her into the bathroom and molested her.
Mm. So when you mention them, how would you utilize them? In what capacity?
I wouldn't utilize them. I've never utilized them.
You was just saying.
Why would I? I'm not putting nobody on my trucks that I don't know and sending them into a customer's house. Why would I do that? You talking about I'm giving you examples of 4 and 5 bedroom homes. I've been on moves back in the day where I flipped over a mattress and it wasn't nothing but $100 bills. I remember taking out some dresser drawers and the envelope fell out with it had to be about $12,000, $15,000 in there. I've been on jobs where I done found guns. People done had guns hid around the house that they forgot about. All types of things. Why would I hire somebody who I don't know with people? I'm going into people's homes and it's valuables that people have hidden for years that they forgot that they put up. That's why getting a moving license is harder than any other license. It's easier to get your MC number for general freight than it is to get a household goods moving license. In my state, you have to go in front of a judge. The application, just to fill out the application, is $900 here. That don't mean you're going to get approved.
Mm.
After you fill out the application, you send your check in for $900, you have to wait for the state to send you back a date. Once you get that date, you have to post your date in the state newspaper. You go to your hearing date. The date is a hearing date for you to go in front of a judge. The judge has to see that you're willing, capable, and able to run a moving company. They have to size you up.
Right.
The point of you having to put the date in the state newspaper, because now this allows any other moving company to show up to your hearing date to object you getting a license for any reason.
Okay.
And then if you get approved, you still don't get your license. They give you a permit and they give you a year to run under a permit, and can't nothing happen. You can't do no wrong within that year, because within a year, you got to go back in front of that judge. They're going to look at your record to make sure you don't have any occurrences or no incidents, and then they'll grant you your license.
Mm.
But this is why, because you are in people's private space. You're dealing with their personal and most prized possessions, their belongings, and there's licensed moving company that go rogue. They do shady things because they have people at their most vulnerable state. Once I load your shit on a truck, everything that you own is on the truck. I've already told you what the rate was going to be. Now, you know what? This job took a little bit longer to load. Plus, we had to walk 100 feet. So where your door is at to where we could park the truck was 100 feet. So now we got to charge you a long carry fee. Well, why didn't you tell me that at the beginning? Well, we're telling you now. So what are you going to do? We need you to pay it now. Well, that's not what we agreed to. Well, that's what it is. So what do you want to do? I'm not paying it because that's what we agreed to. All right, so we're going to take your stuff back to our warehouse. We're going to charge you $150 a day for storage. And when you decide you want to pay it, plus all the storage fees, come let us know, and then we'll schedule a new date to deliver your furniture.
Right. Serious business. No, that makes sense.
You got any more questions for me?
Nah, man. I won't waste no more of your time, man. I appreciate you.
Get your money up, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. Yo. You muted. Justin, you muted. Justin, you are muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Justin, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted. Hey, Justin, you gotta call back in, bro. You muted. Justin, you muted, bro. I'm gonna hang you up. Call back. All right. So Justin, give me a call back. You were muted. So let's see, man. What we got? I guess Natasha ain't gonna call. Tammy, I guess she ain't gonna call, so she don't want her questions answered. I guess she gonna figure things out on her own. Let's see. Mark, these same dudes that invest in the box I see sitting on the side of the highway because numerous reasons didn't even get to make money or don't have the money to get in and even told home. Yeah, you gotta have bread out in these streets, man, when you want to start a business. What's going on?
What's up, Mark? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. What about yourself? Oh, he hung up again. I guess he having signal issues. Michael says he just got a box truck on with R&L.
Yo,
Hello?
hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm driving in a car right now. But
Okay.
as always, really am glad to have your show here to guide us. Really appreciate you giving us your time. I got about 4 questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the first one being a business question. This the same guy who's running out of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
who has the box truck. So I done came up a few times. But my question is, once your business becomes profitable, is it
Mm-hmm.
better to invest that money into the stock market or let it sit? And when I say investing into the stock market, I mean invest it into stocks that are low risk, such as like gas stocks, to where you can buy shares and those shares pay you back every quarter. Because at this point, the money is just sitting.
How
So
much
that's
money you
how I
got?
was actually
How much money you got?
about 9,000 just got paid today, 9,000.
Leave it
So I
where it's
feel like
at.
that's not enough to even start.
Leave it
Yeah,
where it's
okay.
at.
Okay. So at what point do you think it will be time to start doing that?
Maybe like
At what number?
50,000. Maybe like 50,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
you only
Okay.
got one truck. 9,000 is a decent amount of working capital, but I'm pretty sure eventually you may want to scale. So, you still got a while. That's a business that's pretty much already built out to scale, and you put money into things for tax reasons and letting them sit there and things of that nature. You're not at that
Not
point
there
yet.
yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. So my next question is, going forward on the business side, like, what are some goals I should be trying to hit as far as like a certain amount saved every month, or from now until Q2, how much money should I be trying to save every month?
I thought I answered that one for you last week. You said you was netting 3,700 a month. Then we come up with $42,000 for this year. You back on mute. You back on mute. You back on mute, sir. Uh, hey Justin, you got to call back in, man. Your phone, I guess you lost signal again. Arkansas, South Carolina had decent rates as well. From what I gather, you don't have to live there. Your business needs an address and insurance state policy. Uh, looks like everybody was telling him to get a cargo van. Yeah, so I think his name was Terrence, or maybe it wasn't Terrence, but to the guy that was up for a while, basically everybody in the chat telling you the same thing I was telling you. You want to start something smaller. Let me see. Hey Justin, make sure you call back. Super Poppy Miles, hit the link pinned to the top of the chat if you want to call in. Super Poppy Miles. Let me see. All right, let me see where I left off at. Do. Yep.
Yo,
Yep.
okay, there it is.
Make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit the link if you're trying to come up. All right, what was your second question?
I was saying, like, how much money should I be trying to save every month if
I thought we answered
doing
that question
12?
last week.
I mean, yeah, yeah, I guess, yeah.
What are you netting?
Let's
You said a
let's
month.
do the math. 3,000.
Right. I thought we did the math on that already.
Okay,
Well, I
okay.
thought it was 3,700 or something. You told me, right?
Yeah, I mean that's just
I mean,
3,000 is like low
even
end.
3,000. That's
That's why I just said
3,600.
it'd be
That's
low.
36. That's still 36,000. So,
But yeah, okay.
so,
That's
so, so that's still 36,000. So, let me get him a question from him, and then I'm gonna shoot back to you, Justin. Hold on a second. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
What's that? Mark the Menor, right?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah. I'm picking up my girl, man. I'm Mike. I'm from Chicago, man. I'm out here in Houston, man. I got my authority. I got my boss truck. Look like everything's about to go well. I just need some. Today I went by the people you told me to go by. Damn. For the final mile delivery. Man, they green. L&E. Damn. I'm driving right now,
RNL.
so I got the.
RNL.
Yeah, RNL. Yeah. RNL. And you said to go by that like every day, right?
You ain't gotta go by that every day, but just go by go by there and apply.
Yeah. Today, like all their managers and stuff was out. You know what I mean? How, what's to the Lowe's final load thing, man? How do you get in that lane? Like I'm trying to get in that lane, but it seems so difficult. Like people around the store was like they didn't know, they didn't want to give me no good
You're not going.
information.
The store ain't going. The store ain't going. You can't get that stuff from the store. You gotta get it through a 3PL,
Okay. Now what is that, a 3PL?
third party logistics company.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I gotta find
You
another.
say you from Chicago?
Yeah, man. I'm the guy that you, man. I'm Mike, man. I work in league styles, man. I was in the middle chair.
Okay, yeah. I remember talking to you. You was there
Yeah.
when I was chasing the rock dude from Rockefeller that was ripping everybody off back in the day. What was the dude who owned it? I think he ripped dude off back in the day. I forget the dude name.
Corey.
Corey. Yeah, I know who you
Somebody
talking
ripped him
about.
off.
This dude ripped a lot of people off.
Oh,
That's a
you talking
long
about the
story. Rockefeller,
the
Rockefeller Kevin.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. All right.
I
So yeah.
caught up with him though a long time ago
Okay. All right.
on
Chicago
Michigan
story.
Avenue. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna talk about it on the internet, but yeah.
Yeah. Chicago stories, man. I've been peeping you for a minute. So now any other I got my DOT, all that, man. Got the insurance. I was finna get in the groove. I got on a low board, but everybody they shut me down because they be like, I don't have enough seniority on authority. No, it hasn't aged enough. You know what I mean? You got any more
Mm-hmm.
leads?
How long have you had your authority?
I'm uh I'm pushing on 2 months. On the 22nd of this month, 60
So what you
days.
trying to do? You trying to go over the road or you trying to stay local?
I'm trying to stay local. You know what I mean? Right here in Texas. You know, uh, actually, it was a lot more. It was a lot more to it than what I thought it was. You know what I mean? So as far as getting your authority age, doing that type of stuff, the trucking and all that. So I wasn't used to that. You know what I mean? So I actually was trying to do. I was gonna do the Amazon relay, but they giving me the runaround.
Yeah, I
You
have
know,
be 180 days there now. A
yeah,
lot of
got to be
stuff done
180
changed. I
days.
think a lot of stuff done changed from when you first reached out to me like a year and a half ago. I think it was. Yeah, a lot of stuff just
Yeah.
changed. The pandemic, changed a lot. People that came in kind of messed it up for new
Okay.
people. So you trying to do local, I would try RNL. Go to their website, rnlglobal.com, and apply and still go up there. Go to T
Yeah.
Force. Go to T
T
Force and
force.
apply. Yeah.
Okay.
And
It's
then
a T and a force, right?
yeah, just watch the did I get a
You had some.
I gave you the info for that, didn't I?
Yeah, you had some up like a few weeks ago, and I think you did a live like this. Because I be following your page. I had reached out to you on Instagram, but I know you're a busy man, and
Did
you
I
got your thing
respond?
going on. No, you didn't, because it was like 2 days ago.
Oh well, yeah, you got yeah. 2 days ago. I'm
Yeah.
still like a week and a half behind. So yeah. Yeah, I get to it. I get to it. I get to it. Man, I
Yeah.
get hit up so much on Instagram now, man. It's crazy. But yeah, I get to it. But yeah, T Force, RNL, you could try US Pack,
Yeah.
you could try Capstone.
Capstone.
Yeah. I don't know if they're in
Okay.
Texas, but you could look. I think they are down in Texas.
Yeah.
Capstone. Um what else for a local you could try? Oh, you said you want the lows. That's what one rail. One rail. So
Yeah.
one reel. Yeah, you just look at the one reel video I did not too long ago, and then all the info on how to sign up with them will be on that in that video.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you, man. Keep giving us this great information, man. I appreciate it, and much love to you, man. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
All right, bet. All right, so Justin, go ahead and call back in. Your phone keep dropping. Let me see. Let me see. What's going on in the chat? Cricket ain't no joke. What would it took? 25 minutes. This ain't what we want here. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we waiting on Justin to come back up. Let me see these questions. Wall Street. Manny the driver. Wall Street trappers advice. What is he talking about? Manny the driver. Oh no, y'all talking to each other in the chat. Let me see. See, while we waiting on Justin to call back, I guess Natasha's not calling. Super Poppy Mouse, you said you wanted the link. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Yeah, you're right. I do got a list of brokers in the members only section, but I don't know if he a member only, but Mark, how much did you save in a pickup when you first got started? Shoot, when I first rented my first box truck, I went from $0 to I had like 15 to 20 grand by the time I rented the first truck. Yeah. But that was all delayed gratification. So you gotta remember I was at the crib. I didn't have any bills but my cell phone and whatever little bills it cost me to do that. So I had bought like 4 straps eventually. I was buying shrink wrap from Home Depot like a retard. I didn't know no better. Yeah, so I had like some ratchet straps. Was buying shrink wrap like every day from Home Depot for like $21 for that cheap 43 gauge shrink wrap. I pretty much just had my phone bill to pay and just fuel. Everything was pretty much profit for the most part because this is an industry where you get tips. So my tips would go to the labor. So I would average about $100 a day in tips a piece. So I'd get 100, he'd get 100. So his pay would be like $100 a day. So pretty much I just paid my helper with my tips. So it all worked out. So it was easy for me to save up money back then because I really didn't have any costs and I didn't have any living expenses that I had to appropriate that money to. So I just was saving it because I was busy working on every day. The guy said invest money into gas and get paid dividends, and Wall Street Trapper gave advice like that, like investing up in the ATT. What y'all talking about? Who's talking about gas? What y'all talking about in the chat? Who said invest into gas? What are y'all talking about? What y'all talking about in the chat? I'm saying who said invest into gas? I know I didn't tell nobody to invest in the gas. Hmm. Let me see. Yeah, who said that? Hold on. Axel. Oh,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Man, you don't got my picture right. There we go. You hear me?
yep.
Man, without a hitch that time. I'm getting good, huh? Stopped in to say hi, see how my little buddy's doing.
Oh man, I'm feeling good. What about you?
We got pounded by some snow. I was outside sweeping snow. You guys don't know about that. You guys still using the shovels, I bet.
Shovels,
The old day we used brooms.
Snow blowers. Snow
Broom is
blowers,
quicker.
Not when you got a foot of snow.
Man, you gotta sweep, you know. I'm telling you, it works better. Forget that lifting and scooping. Just slide it.
Man, I live in a condo, but my OG got a 24 inch what's the one from Sears, Craftsman. So but yeah, you need a snowblower, bro. You got a house.
I used to have
do shit with
be honest with you, I used to have an ATV with the plow on it. I used to plow the whole neighborhood. I did it for like 2 years. I remember one lady offered me a pie, peach pie or something. I never even got the peach pie. I said, you know what? Hell with this shit. I'd be out there freezing, breaking the shear pins, and they'd all be inside snugly and warm.
Yeah,
I would do the street
ATV.
and everything. Yeah. But anyways, what else is new? How is everything? You know, you look like you were falling asleep. I figured I'd jump in here, liven you up a little bit.
No, I mean, I'm waiting on somebody to turn up. I mean, everybody, like last week it was lit. The week before it was lit. But today is like, I'm getting hit.
They're
with
depressed. It's wintertime.
Nah, last week it was lit. It was lit. The last 2-3 weeks has been lit. I don't know. This weekend ain't really cracking like that. But, you know, the questions is the questions.
I can tell you this because you told a couple guys been asking you've been telling me, you know, to go to select this. I'm going to tell them good luck with that. A lot of the expedite brokers, if they don't even have a year of authority, they're not even. I know 3 brokers that will not even. They don't even care what you send them. They're not signing anybody else up because the way the volume is on the expedite side and what's going on over here. You see, I just exposed someone else again tonight. It's a total wreck job. But not only that, like, I think it was 3 days ago. I haven't done the show yet. It's probably going to be the next show. Someone tried selling me Select This for $150 a month. Of course, they give me the login. I go in there, and lo and behold, there's 17 dispatchers in there. The authority shows like 2 vehicles, and they're using it as a dispatch service. So I send it out to all my little minions, and the next day, poof, they're off Select This. So, I mean, there's a... Expedite is going through a change, you know, and like the other guy you had from PA, you know, that night I remember you told him, you know, reach out to Axel. You know, I said, oh, this guy's right next to me. He's in PA. I got 2 good brokerages I use over there. But see, these guys, they don't like, I don't know. I notice when these guys come on, they're always asking about the money and what's to do next and what stock should I invest in.
But see, that's why I say like these guys nowadays, they're corrupted from what they see on the internet. See, we didn't see that. We didn't have what we're doing now. This didn't exist then. This didn't exist when I started in 2010. At Manny the Driver, you're right. I'm tired. Yeah, he did say something about gas dividends, but I told him to leave his money where it's at because he ain't got enough money to invest. He needs working capital. And I don't watch the Wall Street Trapper or whatever they do now, unless you're saying he must be watching the Wall Street Trapper. But yeah, that's why I told him to leave his money in the business checking account because he ain't got enough to do all that. He needs his money ready and available, you know, just in case anything can happen. But yeah, you're right. a lot of these guys,
I
they
think
just worried about the money.
a lot of these guys, I think they gotta either talk or realize too, like, we're not done with the storm yet. I don't think the storm is gonna be done until after this year. So, I mean, if you come in with some experience, it's one thing, but you're coming into a rough time. You know,
Well,
that's the way I look at it. So
I think they know it now. I don't expound on that. I just try to help the people that do want to come in. See, I don't tell people to come in or don't come in. I just help them if they want to come in. I just give them the guidance to come in the correct way. Because I think you're right. I think what's going on now, I don't think it's gonna. Like, I think this is just the norm, man. This is just the norm. People got to get accustomed to it. This is what it is. I don't see shit. What people are waiting for, it's what they're waiting for. They're gonna be waiting. Like, I don't see shit retracing. I see shit staying the same. You know what I'm saying? I see shit staying the same. I mean, look at what's going on all across the country. You know, so, I mean, I don't see it getting better. Then you got an election this year. They talking about Michelle Obama might jump in the race because they know Joe ain't finna do nothing. So the Democratic Party is trying to poach Michelle to jump in, which I don't think she's going to do it. I don't think she's going to do it this one because Joe was Barack's right-hand man. He was his vice president. So that'll almost be like, even though they know he's not going to win, they're not going to step on that. That's going to be a bad look for the party. So if she does run, I think it'll be 2028. But it's just so much going on with the country. I think this is the new norm. I think people need to get accustomed to what they see and figure some shit out so that they can survive and make money.
I think, you know, it's like a sport. You know, if you got a good team and a mediocre team, but I think you'd have to be a madman or a madwoman to try to run against Trump this time because as much damage has been done to this country, I think everybody's going to want Trump back. We need the money to flow again.
I'm glad it happened the way it is. I'm glad, like I said last year on the stream, now can't nobody say, well, if Biden would have been it, now you saw Trump, now you saw Biden. Now you got a level playing field on how you decide when you go to the poll. You know, so you had 4 years of Biden. You know, so, you know, you know, it is what it is. People got what they want. So now deal with it.
I mean, you see what's going on down by the border now. You got the troopers against the border patrol. Somebody told me today they heard something about Joe gave 24 hours for them to let the border patrol take back over. He's going to send in planes.
So Texas, that dude Greg Abbott, man, you know, he needs to run for president. I'll vote for him. I don't like what he's doing to us, the way he just dropping them on us, man. He told our mayor, like, dude, screw you, I ain't stopping. He said, until Biden shut the borders down, keep expecting them, sending them. You want to ban
New York too, right?
He sends them here, New York, and Denver. Here, New York, and
What's
Denver.
strange is, you know, I figured because we're kind of in the middle, we would see some, but I don't really go by downtown either. But they're not coming here.
Nah, y'all not a sanctuary city. See, we declared sanctuary status, so in order for him to stop sending them, we're gonna have to retract our sanctuary because the Denver mayor, he's like, man, Skipper, we can't afford it no more. We just gonna give them bus tickets. This is what I would have did if I was mayor. Like I said. When it first started happening, I said, man, as soon as they get here, put them on a Greyhound and send them back to Texas. It'll be cheaper for us to send them back and keep playing this game than it is for us to house them. And we're not really even housing them. We got them living out at the airport. We got them living in abandoned buildings. We got them living in a police station. We don't have nowhere for them to go, but it's costing us $300 to $400 for each migrant. We got like 40,000 of them, and we get buses and planes. Man, Greg Abbott is so ruthless. He's sending private jets with them. He's sending them by air and by ground, bro. This dude is a gangster. You know what I'm saying? He's ruthless. You know what I'm saying? So
you got another YouTuber that's up there in Chicago, and he keeps talking about it. And he said There was a migrant or something. I don't know. He met him a couple months ago, but then he came back to his shop. I think it's been like 3 or 4 months. He told me, he needs a job. He said, I can't give you a job. You're not like legal. I said, no, I got social security card. I got identification. I guess he called him in the back. Somebody was translating. They said, man, look it. They're giving him social security cards and everything now in 3 months.
Yeah,
so
well, they got
I don't know, man.
They got work permits. They got some of them got work permits, but not all of them. But if they're here, they can go down to Little Village and they sell the fake ones over there. So it's probably fake because from my understanding, they have in this market only a few have gotten a work permit. They don't have social security because they're not citizens. They don't have a green card. They're gonna get deported anyway, man. When Trump gets in, man, you're gonna see the biggest deportation since, was it Nixon or was it Carter? One of those two. One of them had a big deport. Obama deported a lot of people. Obama did a lot of stuff that was under the radar. Yeah, that was under the radar, but but that's gonna be on top of Trump's list things to do.
I seen a picture. I think it was Border Patrol earlier today. They had one of them big like front end loaders with the forks on it, construction, and they just went under, lifted the barbed wire, and let them all come in. I said, this shit is crazy, man.
Well, Biden clearly has an agenda. Yeah, he has an agenda. I don't know what it's for. I know it ain't for Hunter Biden to run. He's a coke kid. So the coke that they found in the White House, it had to be his. They found coke residue on his gun. So, Biden is just no way in hell he's going to win. Just he sucks, and now with Hunter Biden and the shit that he has going on, it's just a wrap, man. It's embarrassing. He has the worst approval ratings of any president ever.
You know what's the worst? All this stuff, and we can't get nothing done in this country because these clowns up there in Senate, Congress, all of them, just wasting money chasing after Trump, wasting money on all these witch hunts and all this other. We can't get nothing done in this country. You look around at all these other countries building new skyscrapers and all this stuff, and we're sitting here playing with barbed wire, and nothing's getting done. It's just, I feel like this country's just like, we got no heart anymore. There's no heart left.
Who do you think Trump should take as his running mate?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I think it's a toss-up between Carson and Vivek.
I think you should go with Vivek.
They were talking about that, but they said the thing is they would be better off, I think, saving Vivek for after. Because they're kind of like both kind of like strong guys, but they said Vivek would be good for the next 8 years. So I don't know, I don't know. And they also said too, if they go with Vivek, it would be a fool's play because they need someone to attract the women and the minorities. And they said Vivek's not really the guy for that.
Man, the way Greg Abbott is doing shit right now, he might have a chance to run in 2028.
Isn't that guy in a wheelchair?
Greg Abbott? That's the governor of Texas.
Yeah, but isn't he in a wheelchair?
He is?
I thought he was.
He might be. Every picture looks like he might be sitting down. Hold on, see.
Yeah, he would be good for the job too because if he's in that wheelchair, that's all he's got is time to think. He ain't around running around and stuff.
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair. Yeah. Man, this dude that ruthless in a wheelchair? That dude is ruthless.
Yeah. Man, he's in Texas. They got all that. Texas got so much cash. They always wanted to separate themselves.
Right. Yeah, because the money he's spending, sending them here into New York, I know it's still coming out cheaper, but he's spending hundreds of millions, but it's a lot cheaper. I think New York has already spent over $1 billion.
Did you see the Mexican president had some demands or something? I think to help with the illegals or something. I think he wanted like 20 million or 20 billion or something. I can't remember.
To help with him? To stop him
he's got like all these
Mexico?
Yeah, he's got all these demands, and they were talking about it. I think it might have been our governor.
Well,
he said
they don't want it to stop. They don't want it to stop.
No, I know.
They're letting them in.
I
They're
think the
letting them
plan's going to
in.
backfire. If they're bringing them in to think they're going to vote for them, all they're going to do is talk to all the other Hispanics. If they're allowed to stay over here and they learn the game, that's going to be it. Hispanics stick together. The other Hispanics are going to tell them, hey, don't vote for these clowns. That's what. Well, once you're here, you're here. It's hard to. I don't know. Trump said he's going to have a mass deportation. I just don't see it happening. But you never know.
I mean, he'll have a mass deportation, but I mean, finding everybody is going to be the task. They'll find a good portion of them, but you know, some are going to disappear in the wind. You know, but you know, it's a bigger issue than just the South Americans. You got people flying from other countries that are flying south to cross the border illegally. So we got terrorists entering into the country right now. You know,
that's what they say. It's not really the Hispanics. I mean, you got Haitians, you got a lot of Arabs.
No, it's majority Hispanics, but you have other people that are going south to cross the border. So yeah, I've seen Africans, Haitians, I've seen Ukrainians. So you got Arabs coming, but they're saying there's definitely terrorists coming in. I think Venezuela emptied their jails. Like we had a migrant get stabbed. Was it here? I think New York. One got stabbed in the neck. So they're already fighting each other. You know, there was a situation here where this black guy was fighting one of the Venezuelans, threw a bottle at him, and
really?
a bunch of them they've been getting arrested here. You know, don't take offense to it, they've been sticking up to white folks, you know what I'm saying? They've been sticking up to white folks.
The brothers.
What brothers? The Venezuelans.
Who's
they don't mess
up?
with the Venezuelans. They trying to survive.
Oh, really?
They trying to survive. They ain't got no money. They ain't gonna stick us up. You know,
Man, I think Abbott did a good thing. He sent them all up north, you know, and they're not used to that snow. And you guys got hit too, right? They're probably like, hell, this is hell. Why does everybody say this is so nice? Or this is hell. Send me back to the jungle.
It's negative outside right now. But, you know, they're out there. They're still out there sitting on the ground, begging for money, just sitting out there. Little kids. I seen a family today with like 2 or 3 kids. They didn't have no coat. They just had, I guess, a hotel gave them some towels. They had like fresh white towels wrapped around. And I'm like, just walking down the street. So I'm like, wow, bro. Like I don't know, man. Like, I've given so much money to them all year that, man, like every time, like whatever I got, 20, 30, 10, 15, whatever. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad here, man.
Mark, you can't, like, there's millions of them. You can't even put a dent. And not only that, but why are we helping? I'm not saying not to help people, but we helping these people, but our own people are living in the gutters. We don't even, California just like is lost, man. It's just, we got to help our own people. This country is, hey, listen, there ain't going to be no more American citizens no more is what it's looking like, because we're destroying all these countries and all these people are flocking into here. How are we going to support all these people?
Well, I don't know what Joe Biden's agenda is, but clearly he has one. I just don't know what it is. I can't figure it out. I guess maybe it's for future votes, because obviously they're not going to be able to vote in this election. So I hope he's not thinking Hunter is going to run. Like, there's no way in hell he's going to win presidency.
I think it's more simple than that, Mark. I just think they're making money. I heard they're making so much money off those bus trips.
They are making money. So the bus companies, the tent companies, the agencies that, you know, that get them to the county hospital to get, you know, whatever it's called, checked for measles and all that shit. So yeah, it's a bunch of companies making millions and millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars. Those bus companies is, man, they racking it up. I wish I owned a bus company.
I heard there's even private citizens down there in Texas, you know, charging for rides to bring them up north. I'm wondering if it's legit. Maybe I should go hang out down in Texas, start shipping illegals up to your town.
You'll go to jail.
Well, that's what they're going to do.
They're arresting bus companies here. So
are they?
So listen, my mayor is so pussy, right? That he's only been a mayor for 8 months now. So when he originally accepted him, like, yes, send us all your unwanted. Chicago is a sanctuary city, blah blah blah. But he didn't know Greg Abbott was going to dump him. Like we get this summer, like we was getting like 10 buses a day. And then it kind of slowed down in the winter when we got hit with that first snow. I don't know how these guys got cell phones. They was calling back down to the border like, yo, Chicago ain't it. Don't come up here no more. Let's go somewhere else. Because it's, they was like, this cold up here. You know what I'm saying? So it slowed down, but we getting like 2-3 buses a day and like a jet. So what happened was for him, our mayor, to slow him down when he started sending letters and asking, all right, man, we got enough. We don't have nowhere to put them. It's getting cold. We changed our mind. He like, nah, I'm going to keep sending them. So what my mayor did was he put in the ordinance that any bus company that comes and drops them off, we're going to impound the bus and arrest the bus driver. So boom, they started impounding the buses and arresting the bus drivers. So after that, Greg Abbott said, all right, we just going to have them drop all the migrants off outside of Chicago. So they started dropping them off in all the suburbs. And then Greg Abbott was giving them a train ticket into the city. And on top of that, he started chartering private jets. So he's sending a private jet into O'Hare and 2 to 3 buses a day, but they're dropping them on the outskirts. So now all the suburbs are trying to put the same thing, the same ordinance into law so that they can start, deterring the buses to go somewhere else. But Denver, like, man, we finna start sending our migrants to Chicago and New York. So I don't know, man. Our mayor is just a chump. He's a chump.
Hey, if at least they're going to send them somewhere, send them to the states that need some people. Send them to New Mexico and stuff. Help build up some of those towns over there.
Well, you got to understand, all those towns they've been dealing with the problem for years. If you go to Arizona, you go to California, anywhere down there near the border where it's warm at, it's like tent city. It's been like that down there. You see what I'm saying? It's new to us because we're so far removed from the border. That's why he's sending them up here. You know what I'm saying? Because we've never dealt with that. So even with me looking at this shit, it's weird to me. I'm not used to that. It's negative temperatures outside. You see little kids walking down the street with no coats on. So, eventually, like desperate cause is going to call for desperate measures. They are already starting the unwanteds, obviously, that Venezuela put out and Cuba put out and Honduras and some of these other places down there, because they definitely have emptied their jails. I'm looking at some of these cats. I'll be at the red light and they'll be standing on the corner, and you can tell that wherever they came from, they was about that life down there. And I don't think our mayor understands, like, it's a whole nother dynamic, by us getting there unwanted. Like, we're structured up here as far as our gangs is concerned. We don't have MS-13. MS-13 has never infiltrated our prison system. It's either you people or you folks. So I can tell these guys when I see them, they like MS-13 members, and like this could be a whole power vacuum. It's not going to happen now, but maybe a few years down the line, you know what I'm saying? That could be a whole introduction to a whole nother problem.
There was a big YouTuber who was down there on the border, like every border checkpoint. I think he spent almost 2 weeks down there, and he was asking them, and another guy was translating. A lot of the younger guys, because they were asking, "What are you going to do?"
Hold on a second. Shout out to Manny for that. Shout out to Manny for that super chat. Appreciate that.
Sweet.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What were you saying?
Most of the young guys, they were, they're asking, "What are you going to do?" Over here in the United States, we're going to sell drugs. Point blank, they were telling this guy.
To the migrants.
The YouTuber had a translator, and he was asking the migrants, questions. And one of them he asked them, "What are you guys going to do over here? What kind of work?" So we're going to sell drugs.
Hey, man, listen here, man. If I was the mayor of Chicago, I would have buses lined up. As soon as they get here, I'm putting them on a bus. I'm sending them. I might not send them back down to Texas, but I'm sending them somewhere. It's cheaper. It's cheaper. My taxes are going up because of this. My taxes are already high. You know what I'm saying? So, I sorry, but illegal is illegal. So
I agree.
you know,
We cannot. I think they said there's like 9 or 10 million of them here now. We cannot take care of all these people. They sent kids out from the New York school the other day so they could put the migrants in there. This is crazy.
Yeah, and see that guy, what's his name? Eric Adams. He's more retarded than my mayor. They're both retarded on a different level. They're just retarded. He's not gonna win another election. I just think he's just not a good. He's just retarded, man. Between Brandon Johnson and Eric Adams, those are the two most retarded mayors I've ever seen in my life. They have no balls. And I'm trying to think, like, this Joe Biden, is he holding something? Did he promise you guys something? Because you guys will throw everybody else under the bus, but you won't mention Joe's name. And Joe is the reason we're in this situation, but no one will say his name. The only person that has enough balls only person that has balls enough to go at him is Greg Abbott. To the point now where he's breaking the law. They're arresting him down there.
Yeah.
And Biden was like, stop arresting him. Let him through. What? I don't know, man.
I mean, it's going to be interesting, too, if they start, letting these guys be legal and stuff and start bringing them into the transportation industry. I'll have to switch then from the Ukrainians to them.
Well, here's the thing, Axel. Once they give them work permits, they're going to put them in the trucking, right? Because they're going to put them in the WIA program. It's just like going to the unemployment office. They're going to put them right through the WIA program, and they're going to put them on the road. Schneider and all these other companies are going to suck them right up.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. The American, younger generations, the American don't want to work. They don't want to go over the road. These guys will.
That's the problem in all of the United States for any occupation. Nobody wants to work. No, it's even the new guys coming in trucking. They want to be rich in 1 year. Hey, I'm telling you right now, good luck with that one. I mean, you can make money in any profession. You just got to be good at it and put in the time, put in effort.
I just woke up and found out that the Martha Mentor channel is the Trump Make America Racist Again. See, let's talk about business. We talking about business. This is business. This is business. See, this is what people.
We haven't even been saying Trump.
See, this is where people listen. I'm not pro anybody. I'm pro who's best interest for me. See, when it comes to my interest and the betterment of me and my family and my business, I'm going to vote for the best candidate. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people do. Listen, why would I vote for Biden? Biden is costing me money right now. He's costing me a lot of money. I'm paying for shit that I don't want to pay for because of Biden. I don't want to be feeding people that ain't supposed to be here. That's crossing over to the country illegally. That's why they're called illegal aliens. They're illegal. So, well, you want me to vote for somebody who can't even stand up straight? He's falling off the stage. He's falling asleep. He's talking about one thing. Then he says he wants to take a nap. He falls off the bike. He lets a balloon fly across our country for 7 days before he wakes up from his nap and decides to shoot it down. Then he wants to shoot everything down. This guy doesn't know if he's coming. He doesn't know if he's going. He can't read the teleprompter. He's falling asleep on his, like, why would I vote for somebody that's falling asleep behind the wheel?
Hey, it's also known.
I'd rather vote for Mickey Mouse.
Most of the guys in trucking, anyways, are Republican, and they want Trump because they know it's the moneymaker. You can ask a lot of these brokers, and they're waiting.
here's
Business
the
is
thing.
business, just like you said.
Business is business. I don't go off personal shit. I don't go off, oh, well, I'm black, so I'm supposed to vote Democrat. Man, I voted for Obama. I'm voting for the who's the best person for the job. We got some shit going on right now. We got a silent war going on with China. We got this migrant shit. You got the guy who's president now letting them over. That shit got to stop. That shit not right. This shit with China need to be solved. It's things going
People
on that
gotta
need to be
stop.
fixed.
You can't vote with emotions. You got to vote for who's the best for the country. They could both be losers, but you got to vote. First of all, if you're American in this country, you got to go vote for the guy who wants the country to be strong. You know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Here's the thing, man. I it is what it is. I don't like. To me, it's about business. It's not about personal. It's all about business. It's not about personal. At the end of the day, right now, I don't live in middle America. I'm paying for a bunch of people right now that I don't want to pay for. So my taxes just went up because of this shit.
A few minutes ago when I was talking about the Mexican president, he wants, I don't know, 20 million or whatever, and he's going to help out and do this. I remember when Trump was in there, and I even watched a show about it the other day. When Trump he was supposed to meet with them, and they sent one of their representatives, and he told them, I need these 10 things. They said, it's not going to happen. He said, it's going to happen. And he says, and you're going to pay for it. And you know what? He told them, or you're going to get charged back 25% of all your imports. And what happened? They signed off. Hey, we're going to sign. That's what you need as a leader. You need a guy who's going to fight for what's for this country.
Hold on. Hey, Ibrahim, are you an American or are you an immigrant? Are you an American or are you an immigrant? See, the immigrant is gonna, and see, this is why they let them over here.
That's
here's the thing:
newer immigrants, not the older generation immigrants. They're not thinking that way.
Well, I believe Ibrahim is an immigrant. He's an immigrant,
probably,
right? So at the end of the
newer.
day, exactly. So at the end of the day, I don't know. At the end of the day, here's the thing. I've seen both of them in action. All right. I've seen both of them in action. All right. I've seen them in action. I know I can make more money with one than the. I'm gonna make money regardless, but I know I can make more money with one. I know the country will be better protected with one. I need a person to run the country that has balls. I don't need China picking on us and without any or any other country picking on us without any repercussions. There's a lot of things that I think Joe Biden just dropped the ball. He had an opportunity. He had 4 years. He had 4 years, bro. Can't nobody explain to me why the borders are wide open. Until one of these people that got let out one of these jails crawls through somebody's window and do something to somebody in their household, then it's going to be a different story.
You know, Mark, I think the dark story is, I think even people in our government are in the drug trade. I saw a show
here's the thing, that's been going on. But at the end of the day, people got to understand they got to vote for the person who's best for the job.
Listen, China is flooding us with fentanyl, but now they've taught the Mexicans. I saw a show where in big metal pots, they're making the fentanyl. They're basically getting the ingredients from China. So the drug trade right now from Mexico is booming. They said, I think for $800, they can make fentanyl and they can make $600,000 off of it. They got so much money to play. It's like, forget about Bezos. Bezos, those guys down there, they're making money. They're making money. And with that money, they cause a lot of problems. They're trying to destroy. Everyone always wants to take down the big guy. But see, you cannot take down the good, strong company. I'm not saying we're the best, but we do a lot of things to help other countries. So you got a lot of countries that are jealous and they want to destroy us. But that's why
that's our problem.
That's
That's our problem.
Yeah,
we help too many people. We need to be more selfish. We need to stop helping.
I agree.
We shouldn't be over in Ukraine. We shouldn't be dealing with the Iran. Like, we need to just focus on the problems here, man. That's what I think. We need to just focus on ourselves. Putin said, don't get involved, and we should have listened to it. We should have got involved. If I was the president and Putin told me don't get involved, I would have told him I wasn't going to get involved no way. You ain't got to tell me I wasn't going to get involved no way. What the hell? Sometimes we do got to step in. We got to make sure people ain't picking on people since we the strongest nation. So we do need to come in and hold court on some people. I understand that. But, man, we can't just be going like, bro, like you know who I feel bad for mostly in this migrant crisis? In my city, the homeless Chicagoans that was homeless before this stuff happened. Because guess what? They're still homeless. They getting skipped over. They not getting the whatever that is the migrants are getting. They got cell phones. They giving them coats and food and shit like that. The homeless people that was homeless before this shit happened, they still homeless. So you spending all this money on some illegal aliens, and we got veterans that are out there homeless right now. We have American veterans that were skipped over that are homeless. So, man, I don't want to really hear that. I don't. When people say that shit, I don't. They live in middle America. They don't see this shit up close and personal. It's not affecting them. It's not affecting their bottom line. It's not affecting their pockets. It's not affecting their taxes. You know what I'm saying? So, I have a say so because I'm dealing with it firsthand. I can't even go in the grocery store without them right there. And I've been giving them money when I have it. I give them money like I'm not, I understand the situation. I understand. But at the end of the day, we have rules, regulations, and we have protocols in place for people who are seeking asylum. They're not seeking asylum. Because every time they get interviewed on the news and there's a translator there, they say one thing: we come here for work. If you're seeking asylum, you would say, man, you're running from like a dictatorship or some shit like that. But none of that ever comes out of their mouth. It's work. And I get it. You want to come here, you want to make money, but there is a system set up. We need to check you out. We need to know who you are. We don't know who these people are. We don't know who they are. You got Venezuela emptying their jails out. But see, as soon as somebody does something to somebody's daughter or son or does something, then they want a place to blame, right? We don't know who these people are. That's why there's protocol. These people are supposed to be vetted at the border. None of these people are getting vetted. They're crossing the border. They're being put on a bus or a plane, and then they'll be sent to Chicago, New York, or Denver. We don't know who these people are.
I heard some were even saying they're from Venezuela to get to asylum. They're not even from Venezuela. They're from the other Hispanic countries. They're getting rid of all their identification, everything before they even cross. So, we don't know who they are. There's no record. So I come over and I say, yeah, I'm Juan from Venezuela, Okay, let's take your fingerprints, give you an ID card. Now you're Joe from Venezuela.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know who they are. They're putting them in the school. And see, this is like people who ain't dealing with this shit up front. They putting their kids in our school. We've had a police station here break out with the measles. We had a police station break out with lice because they're coming over here with this. You got to understand, these people are walking thousands of miles to get to the border. They're crossing a multitude of countries. They're crossing crocodile-infested rivers. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking at them get off the news, off the plane and off the buses on the news with no shoes, no coats. You see what I'm saying? So, and then they're putting them in the schools with our kids. But see,
I don't know if there's a guy's channel. He's from England. It's called Bald something. He's a bald English guy. Him and a Greek guy actually took that whole trip from the bottom through the jungles and everything, and they documented it. And they were talking about, like, even when they're in the jungles, they don't have to worry about the cartels because the cartels are helping them so far. They pay them.
yeah,
It's
coyotes.
the people that live. Yeah, but the people that live in the jungles, he said, they will kill you, rape you, and all that stuff. And they said even when they're on the trail, they said they're seeing bodies. Like even I think a young Chinese lady with her baby, the body was there. It's like all these bodies. I mean, they took that train, they called the Beast, everything. And it is just, I mean, I'm surprised they did it, man. They got to have some big cojones to do that. But they took that whole trip and, you know, they showed some good stuff. There's some good people and stuff, but you can't empty out these countries like this. I mean, Ukraine will never be the same now either, you know?
Nah, Ukraine will never be the same. Ukraine will
No.
never be the same.
You're
I
destroying
don't
all
know.
these countries.
I don't know. You know, I got my, you know, I'm gonna go with the best candidate. You know, I'm gonna go with the strongest candidate. I'm gonna go with the candidate that is in the best interest of, you know, me, my family, and, you know, people around me, my business, things like that. So, you know, people gonna have their own thought process, and that's fine. But I mean, it's like cut and dry. Like you've seen both now. This is this couldn't have played out any better. So there'll never be any speculation. Well, man, Joe's in there. You know, things would be different. You had Trump for 4 years. You had Joe for 4 years. All right. So now it's neck and neck. Who are you going to choose? Joe's approval ratings are horrible. So, you know, guess what? It's not just white people that are voting for Trump. It's black people. It's Hispanics. It's everybody. 80%. Or is it 70% to 30% or 88% to something percent? Like Joe's approval ratings are horrible. Horrible to the point where they're trying to get Michelle Obama to run. A lady who said she would
Michelle
never
or
run.
Michael?
Michelle. She's not gonna run though.
I thought it was
She's
Michael.
not gonna run. She's not gonna run. But they're pitching it. They're pitching it. So I don't think she should run. I don't think she should run. I think she should
wants
wait.
to run. They're
No,
loaded anyways.
no,
I don't even think she's going to want the hassle.
She had no intentions on running, but they're scared of what, you know, the country is going to go to. Listen, they don't have listen. Look how long it took for them to endorse Joe the last time. They still haven't endorsed him yet. Now, this was Obama's vice president. They still haven't endorsed him. What's taking so long? Don't you think an endorsement by Obama at this very moment will help the guy out a little bit? I mean, Michelle Obama is the most famous woman in the world. And I'm not exaggerating. She's the most famous woman in the world.
No. The Queen of England.
Yes, she is. No, she was. Michelle Obama is the most famous person in the world. The famous woman in the world. So an endorsement by the Obamas right now is crucial for Biden. What's taking so long?
What's his name asked, is Michelle Obama more famous than Oprah?
Right now, yes. Michelle Obama is more famous than Oprah. Michelle Obama is more famous than Oprah.
We need all fresh people, man. They all got to go both sides. We need fresh. Those dinosaurs all got to come out from there.
And then,
Is
like
Pelosi
somebody
still
said in the
kicking
chat,
it?
Trump did. You're right, Jordan. Trump did give the HBCUs all that money, and Biden took it back. And people forget about that. It's like black people. Trump did more for black people than any other president other than Abraham Lincoln, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Now, some of the rhetoric he said, you know, it wasn't towards black folks. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what he did, he let a lot of gangsters out. A lot of gangsters is free because of Trump. He let a lot of gangsters out. There's a lot of gangster disciples from Chicago that's out of jail. He didn't let Larry out because of Trump. Alice Johnson is free because of Trump. Kodak Black is free because of Trump. Lil Wayne is free because of Trump. It's a lot of free people because of Trump. Rob Blagojevich is free because of Trump. So
hey, everyone's got to remember too. He's from New York, man. Northern people are different. You probably got a lot of Southern people.
But I don't understand why people call him
talk.
But here's the thing: I don't understand why people call him racist. I've never seen as far. Now I can't. Maybe because I'm blind to other people, but I remember Trump was hanging out with Mike Tyson in the 80s and the 90s. Trump was always partying with black people.
I'm going to tell you what the problem is. Social media. Like, see, we're talking. A lot of people don't talk anymore. They go by what's on social media. Their brain is warped every day from social media. That Facebook is nothing but scammers and propaganda crap on there. And that's all people listen to.
They go with what... Go ahead.
Yeah, the news, the social media, all that, you got to like erase that stuff. You got to talk to people. And you got to see for yourself what's going on. Like when the YouTuber went down the border, he was showing exactly what was going on. Don't just assume. If you want to see what's going on, go down there and see. And then make your own judgment. And then ask yourself, who's doing this? So.
Mark, why not criticize the gang members of abusive men, not the women with kids? Who criticized women with kids? I didn't criticize anybody. I'm criticizing Joe Biden's decision to leave the borders open. I said Trump let a lot of people free. I think, okay, let's take Alice Johnson since you want to talk about women. Trump let Alice Johnson out. She had a drug trafficking charge of marijuana. Didn't deserve a life sentence. You're talking about marijuana. I think she got arrested during the Clinton administration. Life sentence for marijuana. That's a woman with kids and grandkids. So
you brought up something I haven't heard about the story. Who is that female black basketball player girl that got busted with marijuana in another country and they threw her in jail?
She didn't get busted with marijuana. She had like a vape pen with like some hash in it or some shit like that.
Is she still over there? Or did they get her back?
She's out. She's been out.
Oh, they got her. I was wondering. I forgot about that story.
It took a while, but. And you know what's funny? When LeAngelo Ball got arrested overseas, Trump got him out in a few days. Took a few days. Biden let her sit for months. She went to trial and everything.
Hey, I'm just remember one line that Biden said: "You ain't black enough." So why you want to vote for that guy if you're an African American?
He said, "If you don't vote for me, then you're not black." Well, I guess I'm gonna be over
something like that. You black or you ain't black enough or something.
No, he said you're not black.
Plus, that guy wasn't he like buddies with a KKK guy or something?
I'm black. I'm blacker than most people. Dark skin, everything. And at the end of the day, Buddy ain't cutting it. He ain't cutting it. He just not cutting it. I'm not gonna vote for somebody just because he's a Democrat and I vote Democrat. I'm gonna vote for the best person for the job. Shout out to the hater that did the thumbs down. I knew it was coming eventually. Like, I don't know why people do. Like, to me, like to hit a thumbs down, like you gotta be a real piece of shit. Like, just don't say nothing. Like, if you're gonna do a thumbs up, cool. But to do thumbs down, like you gotta be like, to me, that's like the lamest shit in the world to hit a thumbs down. Let me hit the thumbs down button. The same listen, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. I want the person who did the thumbs down to show their face. I bet you won't show your face. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't.
They don't even
I
realize.
Bet you. I bet you. I don't care anyway. I'll just be messing with them. I bet you won't show your face. Here's the reason why I say that. Because people do shit behind the keyboard, but they won't show their face. These are the people that are sitting in the basement. They're sitting in the basement. You know, they got their You know, it's a guy. He's sitting in the basement. He's got his, you know, his Christina Aguilera poster hanging up. His Britney Spears poster. These are the posters that he had when he was a child. He's a grown man now, but these are the posters that he had up because his room is still the room that he grew up in. He's still at the same house that he grew up in because he's a piece of shit. He doesn't have anything.
Christina Aguilera.
Christina Aguilera. It's Christina Aguilera. It's Britney Spears.
Kiss.
New Kids. No. We talking
Kiss.
We talking late 90s going into 2000s. you talking about a different demographic. So you got Christina Aguilera. You got not New Kids on the Block. You got Backstreet Boys. What's the other group? NSYNC. Britney
NXS.
Spears. You know, all those
80s.
guys. So, but the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Hit the link. I dare you hit the link. I dare you. I dare you hit it. I dare you hit it. I dare you. I bet you won't hit it. You miserable. You miserable. You miserable.
It's probably
piece of
Zupchuck.
No, it's not. It's not nobody that's already been in here. Somebody that came in because that's what they do. They always come in and do that. It goes away because the person who it is already have them banned from the channel. So after a few hours, it goes away anyway. That's why I'm messing with them because I want them to hit the link. I want them to be brave enough to show if to do some sucking shit like that, just be brave. Just be brave. Show your face. You see my face. Show your face. Show your face, tough guy. Stop hiding behind the computer. Stop being a loser.
Hey, what's the deal? I think you touched on the other night, the YouTube space. You're not seeing too many, even on our side, the sprinter guys. You're not seeing really anyone pumping any videos. Box truck guy's been kind of quiet too.
Well, you know why, right?
I mean, I think it's a combination of things, but
you know why, right?
Well, I picked on some of them.
No, it's just they ain't got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing
There used to be
about.
so many, man. So many of them.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it's beneficial, as far as profitable, if the space ever becomes like it was during the pandemic, then you'll see them popping out of the woodworks. But right now, it's just not profitable.
You know, there was one guy who was in the van game, and I didn't get a chance to get to him. I had his file and everything. And I remember we caught him delivering loads cross state lines, and he used to have an authority. It was revoked. His corporation was still active in PA, and he was living in Florida. Some of the van guys might know what I'm talking about. And after I gave it to one big broker who deals with some special people, he said he was going to report it. I swear to you, in 1 week, he switched his whole channel. So instead of getting like 1,000 views now for the vans, he's lucky if he gets 5 views. He's doing, I think, 178-day workout challenge. Every day he posts his workout. It's the goofiest stuff I ever seen. Like, why come on YouTube with no plan of what you're gonna do? You know, I like YouTube. It's my new hobby, but and other guys have said it too. If you're gonna come on YouTube, talk about some stuff you have some experience in, and it doesn't have to be you're driving in a van or driving in a box truck. There's a lot of successful vloggers that literally just start their GoPro, show a town they're in, showing a sandwich they're eating, and they get hundreds of thousands of views. But I don't know, all these guys, like they come in the vans and the trucks, and
you got to have a purpose, though. Most of the guys that do box truck content, most of them, not all of them, are doing it for a check. I mean, it's obvious which ones are doing it for a check and which ones are really trying to help people. You see what I'm saying? So I think, you know, time has shown people that have common sense. Time has shown people who's here for the income and who's here to really help people. So, the people that come to make money, they're going to do it as long as the money is there. If the money is not there, then they're not doing it. So, people use the rhetoric, the verbiage, and say, yeah, man, I'm here to help people and da 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 da. But as soon as it's not profitable, they don't do it anymore, or the information and the content becomes very minimal. People come for the wrong reasons. Box truck content, cargo van content, people look at YouTubers and they think Mr. Beast, and they look at some of maybe the urban ones like CJ on 32s, or like maybe Anton Daniels, or Lead Attorney, or Fresh and Fit, Angry Man, and like a lot of these guys that make a lot of money, but they're red pill, blue pill. They talk about current events. They talk about culture. This trucking thing is just, this ain't it. Even the big channels on the trucking side, those guys ain't, like, you don't see sponsored channels and shit like that. These guys,
the semi guys are really quiet. Even on TikTok, I have a bunch of them on TikTok. They're
but
really quiet.
But that's what I'm saying. Most people were here and are on YouTube to make money. They're not really here to help people. It's not a time where the money is profit. It's not profitable for them to do it, right? And it's a time where the industry is in a negative, the sentiment is negative, right? It's not good. So to put out content at a time like this, the only thing you can be doing is helping people, guiding people, giving people information based on your experience. Obviously, the more experience you have, the better. But, a lot of people ain't here for that purpose. They're here to make money. And if there ain't no money being made, then they have no interest in doing it. So that's why you see minimal content being put out. It just is what it is, man. In this space, so current events, red pill, blue pill, it's always some shit to talk about. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it's not Puff Daddy, then it's Jonathan Majors, then it's Cat Williams, then it's Taraji P. Henry. It's always something. It's Drake versus Mos Def. It's whatever. It's always something new every single day. Like, to make content in this space, for me, as much as I make it, especially doing live streams where I gotta talk, like, it ain't hard for me to get up here and talk, but I do have to come up with things to talk about to the point where I'm not sounding too redundant. Sometimes I cover things that I've covered before because I know I got new people coming in, but I got to switch it up and make it fresh from the last time I talked about it. So it is what it is. And then I don't know, man. I can only do my part.
That's what a lot of people don't realize also. When you turn on the mic and the camera, you got to be able to talk and get the show done. Like, even my shows, I pre-record them, I piece them. You see how I do it. But I try to keep them, under an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. You got to try. There's a lot of things. You got to keep people's interest. I cannot do a video on what I do and make it 3 hours long. People are going to say, I'm not watching this. I need to make my content so people can watch it for the 30 to 60 minutes, get their information, and move on. Every style is different, but like when you're doing your live stream, yeah, you got to know what you're talking about to keep talking and have conversation, have the dialogue with other people.
And that's why a lot of people don't do it in this space.
Yeah, they can't.
They can't. And it's not a knock. It's just true. I've seen people try it. It's you got to know what you're talking about, and you have to have experience so that you have to be well versed. You see what I'm saying? So it's not hard for me, right? But I can see how it could be hard for others. You see what I'm saying?
And that goes to experience. So like you have the experience in what you did, just like I have the experience in the expedite side. Listen, I've been doing expedite almost 5 years now. I didn't start this YouTube stuff until now. I did a video, I think like 3 years ago on Facebook. And it's on my channel. You're not going to see the views, but I'll never forget. I posted that video on Facebook to everybody, had 10,000 views. And the thing is, I have the experience. I can talk about my stuff. I see a lot of the YouTube and box truck guys. As soon as they get their authority, or even if they're running for someone else, they say, boom, let me start a YouTube. But
those guys don't
talking
last.
and spreading. Yeah, they're talking, they're spreading false information on. That's what I get upset about. They go put in some time in what you're going to do. And then later on, if you want to start a YouTube, go ahead. You got the experience to talk a little bit. Learn from the other guys. A lot of people don't even want to learn from the other guys. Like, oh, this guy, you know, you might feel like the other guy's too smart. Well, you get smarter in the field by learning from the other guys. I didn't learn just to learn, even though I did most of the stuff. But I've talked to other people. You know, I had dialogue with other people. I picked up what I needed to pick up.
Well, that's why you need experienced people. See, it wasn't a lot of experienced people in this space, you know. But now, since you have some experience in this space, now people have a bar to measure other people against, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, there were individuals that people used in this space to validate other people. But those people were going to validate other people. Now those people are being validated by the experience now. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if you try to do something you don't have experience, that shit is only going to fly for so long until real experience steps in the building, and that shit ain't going to match up, and then people going to start questioning some shit. What were you finna say?
Let me answer Big Boy's questions here. Axel, how was your teenhood or childhood? Did you ever go to jail? Was you ever homeless? Did you ever have stomach pain from not having food? You did. You always have money and work. Let me tell you, Big Boy. Let me tell you something. I did 8 years in the Navy. I did 2 years in the joint, okay, fighting for my daughter. You want to talk about hungry? I can tell you a time when we were very young. I was the oldest. I was probably maybe 15. My dad had a heart attack, and my mom was very short on bill money and everything. We ate potatoes. Potatoes, no joke. I used to take my paper route money to buy chips and cookies and stuff for my younger brothers. Believe me, I'm well-rounded in every facet of life. I had my battles. Don't ever confuse people. I went to good schools, but I know the hood as well, too. I'm in Cleveland. I've been in East Cleveland. I've been in stuff you don't ever want to see. So, I hope I answered your question.
You've been to 99th in St. Clair?
Bro, I've been on Kinsman, Huff, all of it. I've been up inside the crack house. I've been in the projects. We used to party in the projects, man. No joke, Mark.
Keeping them on their run with them a shotgun.
Shit.
Keeping them on the run with them a shotgun. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, I never listened to them.
Boom, boom, boom.
Listen, one thing about Cleveland, we're well-rounded. From white to black to Arabic to Arab. I think we got the best mix. If you go down below Cincinnati, or I want to say Columbus, really. Cincinnati's a little, because next to
Wait a minute, hold on. I got to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Eternal, East 99, is one of my top 10 albums of all time. You mean to tell me you from Cleveland?
Yeah, but when did they come out? You gotta look when they came out.
They came out 94, freshman year.
Bro, I'm 51. I was listening to Run DMC, Easy E, guys like that.
Axel, how old were you in 1994? How old were you in 1994?
94, I was about, hold on, let me think. About maybe 21.
So you were 21 in 94.
I believe so, because around 1991, I think I was 18.
Okay. So Bone came out with their EP in 94, and then they came out with East 99 Eternal in 95. So that means you were 21, 22. You talking about the hood, you supposed to know. That's y'all. Bone is y'all claim to fame. Y'all wasn't on the map until Easy came and got Bone.
Bro, I still prefer Run DMC. I don't know what you're talking about.
Think about back in the day when the year was 89. To look crazy on the ground, get up by 2 by time, make it 2 my end, make it serve my end, put my serve down for the declare 9-9. You don't know that?
I remember Paperboy Diddy in the Thong song. What was that? Cisco? Thong.
That was 2000, bro. He's not from Cleveland.
Listen, everybody likes different stuff, you know. I listen to a lot of different stuff. I listen to classical too.
Bone, bro. Bone is y'all claim to fame. You supposed to know Bone. Thuggish Ruggish Bone. You ain't never heard that? For the love of money.
I wasn't really into music like that. You know when our big music time was? I mean, honestly, when Michael Jackson was out. Michael Jackson and the Fat Boys, they were the most popular back in my day. That's probably grade school. When the original boombox came out, remember the boombox, the cassette Walkmans? I mean, my generation, you were in it, but I remember when I came home from the military at the airport, Cleveland Hopkins, and on my buddy's hip, I see this little gray box. And I said, man, what is that? Oh, man, it's a pager. Pager? What the hell is that? I remember, man, we were running to the damn payphones with quarters, man.
I don't remember the Fat Boys being. I know the Fat Boys were pop. I don't like Michael Jackson. Yes, okay, but the Fat Boys were never more popular than like. I never even liked the Fat Boys. They weren't more popular than Run DMC. They weren't more popular than Big Daddy Kane. They weren't more popular than Eric B. and Rakim.
Did you have the parachute pants?
The MC Hammer pants? Nope.
No, not those ones. The original parachute pants for breakdancing.
I know which ones you're talking about.
That was
I
before.
never had those. I was wearing Jabot.
Yeah,
I was wearing Jabots back then.
Let's see, what's Jabots?
Jabots, they were like a jean.
I remember the popular shorts.
Right by the zipper.
I remember the popular shorts back in my day were the long ones. They called them baby jams. Did you have those? Remember those?
The long shorts?
Yeah, they were the long shorts.
Everybody wore the long shorts, but we didn't call them baby jams. We just called them shorts. Everybody just wore long shorts back then, but we didn't have a name for them.
Yeah, they were called baby. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were called baby jams.
Maybe it was a Cleveland.
Somebody's older in there.
I'm just surprised you don't know Bone and you from Cleveland.
Did you have the high tops with the fat shoelaces?
I had the high tops with the fat shoelaces. Yeah, but I wasn't a big Adidas fan. I was a Jordan fan, so I wore a lot of Jordans.
All that stuff came from our generations, man. These people don't know.
I
remember when the computers came out, man. I remember we had computer class. I think it was 8th grade. It was a TRS-80 from Radio Shack. It was basically a keyboard and a monitor all in one. And they were teaching us how to do graphics. And you had to do it like block by block just to spell like a word. And we thought it was the coolest thing. And now you look, shoot, what is this now? 40 years later? Look at this.
You had to code just to put in the sentence. DOS prompt. You had to do C:// backslash and then type the sentence and then close it out with the code and all that stuff. And the screen was green and you had the big floppy disk with the hole in the middle. Yeah, man, I'm an OG, man.
I remember, we used to play board games back in the day. Monopoly, Stratego, what's that? Crossword or Crisscross, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Axis and Allies. I remember the first video game was where was that thing? I think it might have been Axis and Allies. You picked like your country, you had the little soldiers, it was a computer game. We just played for hours. Now everyone wants to play Call of Duty.
You got to know your Cleveland representatives though, Axel, man. I can't let you get away with that, bro. Bone is
they weren't really my thing though back in the day. Remember, listen, early 90s was very busy. Listen,
early 94, 95, 96, Bone ran those 3 years. Wasn't nothing moving without Bone.
That was my time. That was my time when I was coming back and forth from the Navy. That was a very busy time for me. Last thing I was thinking of was any kind of music. I was working. I used to work double shifts. I'd go to work like 7 in the morning. I'd get off at like 2 in the morning. Go home, go to sleep, back to work. Because we always had restaurants. And back in the day, they used to be 24-hour restaurants. Not like nowadays. They ruined everything. That's why I always say too, like even heroin and fentanyl, all this stuff, it's the worst drug because if you remember back in the day when they had crack and coke, businesses were booming. All the Italians and the Greeks, the restaurants were 24 hours busy. All the Arabs had the gas stations. They were super busy. People were out and about. Friday and Saturday night, you had freaking bars everywhere. Now it's freaking ghost town everywhere. Unless you're in a big city in the heart. But I mean, over the years, everything's gotten destroyed. We used to have 5 minutes from my house. We used to have a street at Brook Park. I swear there used to be about 15 strip clubs on that street. I think there's one now.
I mean,
they killed all the businesses. Kill the businesses, and
a lot of businesses are gone here too. Like nothing stays the same. Actually, I mean, when you look back on things, it does feel like funny, but nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. Things constantly change. That's why you gotta live in the moment. Didn't your mother ever tell you when you were a kid, don't rush to be an adult because you're gonna wish you was a kid again? You ever remember your mama telling you that? Or did she ever tell you?
My mom was
that?
the opposite way. Nah, my mom tell you go to work. It's time to go to work. Ain't no time to play.
My mom used to tell me that all the time, and she never lied. Everything she always told me that I didn't understand, as I got older, everything she said, she was always spot on. Because now I wish I could go back to a lot of those times. You know what I'm saying? Those were fun times, and I don't feel like I should have enjoyed my childhood more than what I did, but I was so eager to be grown like most kids. And now that I'm older, I wish I could go back to being a kid again. But a lot of things that used to be, it's like that here. I drive past places, I'm like, man, this used to be this used to be that.
Yeah.
It's not the same anymore. So it's not the same anymore, but yeah, man. What else you want to talk about before I get out of here?
I know you got some guys in the chat, man. They're funny. Brook Park, the white area. Brook Park is like,
because you from Cleveland and you don't know Bone. How you don't know Bone?
I didn't say I didn't know them. I said they weren't my thing.
That's the only thing y'all got.
No, man. Come on, man. Somebody mentioned Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, and who was the other guy?
We don't honor Steve Harvey.
No, who's the white guy? You know who I'm talking about. I think he was. Didn't he start doing The Price is Right? Who's that guy? I can't remember his name now. Yeah, Arsenio Hall is from here.
Arsenio Hall is
Who's the white guy, man, with the glasses? Can't remember his name.
What does he do for a living?
He's a comedian. Yeah, comedian.
Oh, Gary Owen?
Drew Carey, there you go.
Drew Carey?
We had a lot of people from Cleveland, man.
Okay. All right. Well, but Bone is the biggest, I think. I mean, maybe Steve Harvey, but man, Steve Harvey.
Man, back in those days, somebody mentioned it, Van Halen, Ozzy, Def Leppard, Motley Crue.
They are from Cleveland?
Kiss. No, they ain't from Cleveland, but those are the guys I was listening. No, but those are the guys I was listening to.
See, you was a metalhead. The only rock and roll.
No. It wasn't metalhead though.
See, I guess I would consider alternative music that I like Guns N' Roses. I like Guns N' Roses. I like Aerosmith. I like Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith.
Back in those days, whether it was rock or it was rap, they all had stories in their music. I mean, you remember our generation when MTV came out. I remember one of the most popular videos was Michael Jackson's Thriller. It was like a mini movie
because he was the first black person MTV played.
But that's how MTV used to be in the day. They used to come out with music videos. They were like mini movies, you know. There you go, Halle Berry also. But it was just a different time. Like I said, we had everything from the tech to the music. Everything got started 80s, 90s, really. I want to say actually late 70s, probably like 78 to like maybe 95.
The 90s was the shit.
Those days are long gone now.
The 90s was the shit. The 90s, as far as music, the best music came out in the 90s.
But you say that because you're about 7, 8 years younger, so I understand that.
No,
We could have this debate with our
I'm
parents
old
that are gonna
enough.
tell
No,
us
no,
the
no, 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 no,
Temptations
no,
and
no, no,
all
no,
these
no.
other people.
I'm old enough to remember. I was born in 1980. I remember my mother calling my cousins, my older cousins, down the street to run down the street to the record store and buy the Thriller album. I remember my mom playing Thriller from front to back. I remember that album being played. I remember when Vincent Price would come on and do the laugh, how it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid at the end of Thriller. So like I remember the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. So I know what I saw Michael Jackson in Kaminsky Park. I know I'm old enough to remember. I was old enough to remember that feeling. I remember when Bad came out. I remember that's when Mike was he was Mike during the Thriller run and then the Victory tour. But when Bad came out, that's when his shows, when people was really like falling out and crying and being carried. Like I remember all that shit. I remember listening to Guns N' Roses. I remember Welcome to the Jungle. I remember Take Me Down to the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. I remember all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm old enough. I remember when Nirvana came out. I remember all of it. I remember.
Pet Shop Boys.
I remember the Pet Shop Boys.
Somebody asked you if you liked Phil Collins' song "In the Air Tonight."
They asked me. They asked you.
They asked you. It says, Mark, do you like the song?
Yeah, I like the song.
That's Big Boy over there. I like Phil Collins. Phil Collins, cool.
It's a good dope boy song to ride to. Yeah, but yeah, you know, I'm musically versed, you know, but I think the 90s in comparison to the 80s and I think the 90s had an overall better body of work of music than the 80s. Obviously Michael Jackson shut the 80s down. So you got to keep Mike out of that conversation. But when you think of the 90s, I could just remember shit like Sinead O'Connor, Tracy Tracy Chapman. Like I could go, you know, we can talk rap. We can go Wu-Tang Clan. We could talk about the Purple Tape, Raekwon. We could talk about Mobb Deep. We could talk about
you know what's sad? Have you seen what Madonna has turned into lately?
Yeah,
I mean, she goes on TikTok.
A fake black woman.
Well, I don't know about that. She looked like a psycho.
She got
something new you're talking about.
She got a bad butt job. That shit looks horrible.
She got a bad everything. She's fucking mental.
Yeah, she looks horrible.
She's supposed to be coming out for show here pretty soon, I heard.
Yeah. Who, Madonna?
Yeah, she's got some show coming out somewhere.
Madonna tweaking. Yeah, Do or Die from the Crib. So you already know we riding with Do or Die. Poe Pimpin'. So yeah, man, the 90s was good, I guess, because over my high school years. So a lot of music, you know, just, you know, I just got a lot more memories from the 90s. But I think the music overall was better in the 90s than it was in the 80s. Other than Michael Jackson. I think, you can't take Michael Jackson.
The next 10 to 15 years will be very interesting because a lot of these musicians, you know, a lot of them are older now. We're going to lose a lot of musicians. We're going to lose a lot of actors. They're all old. It's going to be really, really interesting in the next, I mean, I'll be like 60, 70, but 80 maybe. But we're going to lose a lot of talent, a lot of it.
We're going to lose a lot of everybody. Everybody dies, Axel.
I know, but we had so many of them, is what I'm saying.
Well, there's new actors. I mean, there's new people coming in. They're not as good as the old people, but, you know, Robert De Niro's old as dirt. Al Pacino are old. So if you talk about those types of guys,
Pesci.
yeah, those days. Pesci, right. So, I mean, those days.
We lost Ray Liotta, a year or two ago.
We lost Ray Liotta, right. So, I mean, but we still got those we got those classic movies.
Who was that black guy? What was that movie, the black guy? The big black guy, and he had the mouse. He was in the prison.
Big black guy with a mouse.
Yeah, I think was it Shawshank? I'm thinking Shawshank. No,
Morgan Freeman. He ain't a big black guy.
No. Big dude. I think Hanks was the prison guard. Tom Hanks was the prison guard.
Well, Shawshank Redemption, Tom Hanks was an inmate.
Green Mile. There's Upchuck got it. Green Mile. Whoever that guy was in there. Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think the family's suing for that movie right now. The boy or something. The boy who that movie was portrayed after. Yeah, something that they didn't get enough money. They was on entertainment TV or some shit. I guess they feel like they should have got paid more than what they accepted. You know what I'm saying? So that's on them. But yeah, man, you had a lot of good movies in the 90s. Like, Al Pacino, but they made great. I mean, even they made The Irishman a few years ago, about 3-4 years ago. That was a good movie. The Irishman was for Netflix, but they still making good gangster movies. I think is Scorsese still alive? Scorsese's still alive, right?
I think so.
Scorsese need to make one more before he die. As long as Scorsese directing it, they can put Pesci, come up with another story. They already did a bunch of them, so do one more Al Pacino.
Even Val Kilmer went way downhill. Yeah, he went
Val Kilmer started doing movies with 50 Cent. That's when I knew he was done. Yeah, he started doing movies with 50 Cent. So,
and what about who's the guy from Marlboro Man?
Didn't Val Kilmer play one of the Batmans before?
I think he did.
Yeah, he played one Batman. I forget one of the earlier ones. Yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah, a lot of them are. I mean, hell, we had Cheech and Chong back in our day.
Yeah, man, it was some good times, man. We'll never see them again. We got to deal with what we got now. So,
and Truth just said we in the era of remakes. You know what that brought up to my mind? You know the one guy who doesn't look like he ages is Eddie Murphy, and he's coming out with another Beverly Hills Cop.
No, he could tell he ages, but I think he's Botoxing. His skin looks just too tight.
Something, but
he's doing something with his skin.
He still look younger.
You could see the age. He's just getting. He wears a lot of makeup too. He wears makeup. Eddie Murphy is one of those. He's a brother, but he's like, he put a dress on, man. So, anybody that put the dress on, man, he wore a dress. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, Eddie Murphy, can't take away his stand-ups, Delirious and Raw. We'll never see stand-ups like that again because people too sensitive. You can't say certain shit. Oh yeah, no way. So the shit that he was saying back in the day, that shit wouldn't fly today.
If you look, we lost a lot of those guys too over the years. We lost Rodney Dangerfield, Sam Kinison, who was the big white guy? Chris Farley. Chris Farley I loved. And that other guy, is it John Candy? Is that his name?
We've been lost John Candy.
That's what I'm saying, though. They were all those were all during our time. We had all those guys.
Well, man, Axel, you talking about the 80s and the 90s, man. We halfway through the 2020s almost. Time is flying. The pandemic just seemed like it was yesterday, and that shit started 4 years ago. I know, isn't that crazy? I remember the day when they shut the damn country down. I thought the world's finna end. I started watching I Am Legend and shit. I started watching I Am Legend.
I'm gonna tell you this though. That was the best time to be on the road because it was only trucks, box trucks, and vans. I would go through Atlanta and Chicago. It would be a ghost town on the highway. We would do 80, 90 miles an hour and wave at the cops. They wouldn't even bother us.
Yeah, nobody.
Best time, man.
It's a ghost town. Yeah,
nobody.
Yeah. But that's a thing of the past. Now we 4 years removed from the commencement date of it. Well, we'll be 4 years. 4 years, like March 13th or some shit like this. So like 2 months it'll be 4 years from when it started. And
don't worry, they'll think up something new. Give them another 10 years. We'll have something else.
We have something before 10 years. I wouldn't be surprised if something big don't happen this year, next year. We due up
Oh,
for
you
it.
think so?
Putin made a promise. He still ain't cashed in on it yet.
That's
See,
why
people
everyone better
forget.
hope Trump gets back in there.
People forget that. People forget that he made a promise. He ain't cashed in on it yet. He made a promise. He did it on the news. I don't know why people don't remember him saying what he said. But Trump said he could fix that in a day. But I don't want to talk about politics, man. People get too. That's a conversation that I'll have it, but it's like people get real like. Then you gotta start pulling out the facts, and you said what?
I'm trying to think who was the most radical guy back in the day. And the only one I can think of is Pippen.
Talking about in the league?
Just in that era,
Rodman. You thinking about Rodman, not Pippen. You thinking about?
Was it Rodman with the different colored hair?
Yeah.
The one that met with the Korean president, was it Rodman?
It's Rodman.
Yeah, Rodman. You're right. Yeah, I think he was the most
radical
guy.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? They were making a movie. Jonathan Majors was signed on to play Dennis Rodman. They were making a movie of Dennis Rodman. Jonathan Majors is the guy who played in the Avengers movie, the black guy who recently got dropped from Marvel Studios because he got into a fight with his girlfriend. He got into a fight with his girlfriend. I don't know which character he played because I really don't watch those movies. I really don't watch TV, but he was signed on to play Dennis Rodman in the biopic of Dennis Rodman's life, and they dropped him from that like the other day. That was his dress moment, because you remember Dennis Rodman wore the wedding dress, the white wedding dress. This was the movie that they were going to put him in the dress. He was well on his way to being that guy. Hollywood was grooming Jonathan Majors to be that guy, but the white lady, he was a goofy anyway. You running down the street, big old black dude running down the street from just looking like a straight goofy. He looked like a straight goofy in that video running down the street, but he's done now. He's not the guy anymore. They're gonna have to find somebody else to groom. Yeah.
QB has a question. Who y'all think is the best broker or carrier out there right now for expedite stuff? Well, first of all, brokers, there's good brokers and there are bad brokers, but the only way you're going to deal with brokers is if you have your own authority. So I've been doing it for 5 years. I can't say one is the best. I've got probably 2 or 3 that I really like. I got close relationships with them. As far as carrier goes, man, there's a lot of changes going on, even with the big boys right now. Even Load One, they used to say was one of the best, but that guy, Elliott, he's not really running Load One anymore. In fact, another broker told me the other day he's down there in Mexico having the time of his life because Load One has a bunch of investors involved with it now. So once these companies let these investors get involved, it's a whole different ball game. And I know a couple guys that drive for Load One, and they're crying just like everybody else. But best advice I can say is stay away from the app guys, because those app guys are dangerous. I did the show on A&E. I don't know if anyone watched it, but there was someone that commented on that video today. He said they had owed him $9,000, and he's so happy that he was able to get it. He said it took him a couple months, and he had to do a lot of bitching. But there's a lot of drivers from A&E. They're getting them from $2,000 to $4,000. And that's why, like, when I put those shows out, I'm trying to help protect these guys. A lot of guys ask me, how do you do this? How do you do that? And the best I can say, guys, you got to go talk to some of the other veteran guys. I really don't have time for all that. If I'm going to do a help to this industry, mine is with these dirty companies and these crooked brokers. A lot of you guys, every once in a while, he'll come in the chat. Some of you guys might know him. You guys can talk to Alan. He runs Transportation, Wheels, Wings, and Rudders. That's the oldest expedite Facebook group. There's a lot of veterans in there. Those guys aren't going to steer you wrong. And that you want to go with the guy. A lot of guys have left. A lot of the veteran guys have left now. We were just talking about it the other day, and that's why a lot of these younger guys, you got to be very careful, because what they're teaching you and telling you is wrong. It's going to get you in trouble. And you got to understand, in the trucking industry and the expedite side, somebody knows somebody. So when you screw around or you mess up your name, even when you put your name or your phone number on that load, like when they ask for the driver's name and number, trust me, if you're jumping around from company to company and a broker catches it, a lot of brokers aren't going to deal with that. They don't want you to work for multiple companies. They want to know you're with one carrier so that they can make sure your insurance is correct and you're doing the right thing. You got to remember, you're responsible for yourself in that van. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of these crooks, they don't care. They're going to run you to death. They don't care if your tires are bald. They don't care if you're overweight. You're responsible. You get an accident, and I see guys, they're carrying 4,000 pounds in the Sprinter. You get an accident, you kill somebody or hurt somebody, it's you. It's going to be on you. Nobody should be putting... Number one rule in the box trucks and the vans, fill up the tank, put your body in there, put all your junk, your sleeping stuff, your snacks. If you got a team driver that's an extra 200 pounds, go on the scale, weigh that van. If it's 7,000 pounds, okay, you cannot put 4,000 pounds in there. We always say to try to take 3,000 and under to be safe. And that's what you need to do. A lot of these dirty brokers, they might have a load for a small straight that pays good money, but they'll see the dims fit in a van and they'll try to put it in there. That's how dirty they are. They're getting good money for it and they'll still try to get you to take it cheap. So I hope I help you out, but it's a lot of changes going on in the whole trucking industry, but Expedite, a lot of people don't know. I don't care if it's East Coast, West Coast, North or South. A lot of people know each other. You'd be surprised. And do not back solicit their customers because they will blacklist you 100%. Especially now with what's going on and all the double brokering. A lot of you drivers, you have one van or one truck and you want to drop the load and then you want to start talking to the receiver and say, hey, you got more loads and this and that. They go back, it could have been their cousin or they could have been their customer for 10 years and they go back and tell the broker's like, I'm never using them again. So.
Hi, Mark. I'm a day trader making $59,000 a day. I was wondering if I can send everyone in the chat $500 off the strength, then Cash App you $10,000. I think I'm going to pass on that. Appreciate the offer, though. Appreciate that.
QB, yes, I like Ellen, and I have a very good relationship with them. Very good. Those are good guys over there, top notch. They call me, I run. Yep. Just tell them Axel. They know me.
Yep. All right.
You got any more questions here?
I ain't got no more. I'm finna go watch Power and go to bed.
This guy says he's making $59K a day trading. Come on, bro. Come on,
man. What I learned in life, ain't nobody gonna send you nothing for free. So it is what it is. Okay, no problem, Mark. I love the content. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hey, Mark, I meant to ask you a question because I know you tinker with that crypto a little bit. You hear this one push?
What push?
It's called Push. Go check on that Push. They were talking about it. I can't remember what they were saying, but a lot of people are... Yeah, crypto. It's called Push. I can't remember what they were saying about it now.
I don't buy these fly-by-night coins, man.
No, it's something... See if you can...
Communication Protocol, Web3, previous EPNS. Yeah, Push Protocol, yeah. Yeah, I heard of it, actually. What about it, though? What were they saying about it?
I don't know. They said that's the one they're all playing with now.
Shit. It's down today. It's down 2%.
Yeah, but how long? I think it's increased a lot lately, no?
No. All in 18 cents. Hold on, let me look at this.
Or it just started, I think.
Push Protocol?
Yeah. If that's what I just know Push, P-U-S-H.
It's 18 cents. It started see, 1 month ago, 1 year ago. No, it's look like the earliest back to 2021. When it came
I
out in
don't think it's been around that
2021,
long.
push protocol, ticker symbol, push. Yeah. What's the
Could have sworn he said it was just coming out.
Let me see. Push. Yes, push. Push protocol. Push V2 is live. 18 hours ago. Yeah. They rebranding it. It used to be EPNS. And they rebranded it.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the one.
Re-released it about 2 days ago to push protocol. Yeah, it's not doing shit. They ain't doing shit. If it was doing shit, if it was something big, I'd have known about it. I wouldn't have bought it, but I would have known about it. Yeah. I don't buy these funny coins. I buy the shit that has some type of utility. That
Yeah.
like if I don't know what the utility is, whatever the use case is, then I don't buy it. I don't buy these. This could be a shit coin for all I know. I don't know. But it don't cost that much.
What do you? What platform you use for the crypto?
As far as what? To store it or exchange?
Exchange.
Coinbase. I use other exchanges, but for the most part, I use Coinbase. I use Crypto.com. I use Uphold, but for the most part, I use Coinbase. Yeah. It's just the easiest, most user-friendly, and most easiest to use. So, and it's quick, so you can get your money, and it's safe because they're publicly traded companies, so I trust them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why you thinking about
you got more questions in here? I have some in, it wasn't Coinbase. There's another one, and I haven't opened up. I'll be honest with you. It's in my other computer over here that I don't use when I switched over. It's, I think it had like a gold background or something. No.
BNB.
No.
Binance.
Binance. Yes, Binance. Binance, and I have one, I think, in Webull. But I haven't opened them up. I left them alone. I even have that crazy-ass Doja coin.
Binance is BNB. That's the ticker symbol. So.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yep. Well, yeah, man. Well, you should be making you a lot of money depending on how much you got in the next year.
No, I only had a little bit in there. I never liked trading crypto.
Well, that's what's going to make you a very wealthy man. Invest a little of your money into crypto, build up your
Well, listen, I have 4,000 in Doge, so I'll check on it in 10 years. Let me know.
4,000 Doge?
Yeah. But I think my price is around 30. And it's what,
30 cents?
Yeah.
Oh, so you bought
it. You call it 30 cents, but I don't think it's 30 cents.
You bought it in, is it less than a penny? Or you bought it
They're
over
all
a
less
penny?
than a penny, I believe, aren't they?
Those went up to 72 cents.
Yeah, I remember that day when it went up 72. I should have dumped that damn dog.
You should have.
That's that time when freaking Elon went on there and fucking sank it.
Yeah, I dumped. As soon as he came on, I got rid of it. Made a shit ton of money.
I remember that night, man. That thing sank like a freaking pirate ship. Yeah, it's 0.079 right now. I mean, listen, I have some stocks. I just remember, was it 2009, 2010? I remember the crash. All I can say is just forget about it.
What
a lot of people get scared and they
what
dump.
Crash you
was
talking
it
about?
09 or 010? That
you talking about the housing market crash?
Stock market.
Oh wait,
no, when the stock market crashed. Was it 08?
It crashed right after the housing market.
Yeah, I remember that time. I lost some money back then, let me tell you. But
you live and you learn, so now you know how to play. If you lost money in 08, then you should have made money in 2020.
Hey, I got, my preference is day trade. And I haven't traded, I'll be honest with you, I haven't traded nothing when Biden came in office. I knew better. I just said, I'm not risking it. My thing was always trading Apple and Tesla. Huge. I would day trade it like I'd make 2,000 a day, no problem. But I'm talking about in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, even my one friend asked me, he said, I don't even know why you do trucking. So you making that kind of money every day? But
if you're making
it is what it is.
money, you can do it. The money that I made, you know, in 2020, and the money that I made in crypto, you know, a lot of money, man. You know what you're doing, and you can hold on. See, the problem is people buy, they don't buy enough, they don't dollar cost average in, and they don't hold on long enough, or they don't know how to trade out. Like the market has been doing bad for the past 2 days, and people get scared and trade. To me, that's an opportunity. I just buy more. A few people text me, "Oh, market." I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go buy more. It's going back up.
You know, it's funny when Tesla, I think it was what, 400 or 500 a share, and I was trading it. I literally walked in my kitchen to make a cup of coffee, and I dropped down 6,000. I said, I ain't screwing around, and I dumped it. I took the loss, and I was on the phone with my friend. He said, man, you took a 6,000 loss? I said, I'm up 20 for the month. I have no problem giving back some, but they ain't getting the whole 20 back. You got to, when you play with these stocks, you got to give and take same time. You stay too long, and you're going to find out how bad it hurts, and you're going to get stuck. What's Tesla even trading at now?
Was this before, when you had it at 5, was this before or after it went to 1,000?
I think it was before.
You wish you would have held on to it, right?
But I wasn't playing hold though. I was day trading in and out.
Because I was day trading it when it was like 700-800 in like 2020, and I got caught a few times. I didn't do good day trading that. I got caught. Like I could never read Tesla right, and I would always get caught. You know.
You got to put it on 55-inch TV and blow that candlestick up and watch the tickers on the side. Watch the amounts when they're buying and selling. But I have quick keys. They're already set up. So I would just tap, buy or sell, like, 500 shares at a time, or whatever it was then. I think I used to play with like $10,000 at a time. So I think it was around 400. So
that's what I spot trade with in crypto, $10,000 a day.
10,000 divided by 400. So I was literally buying 25 shares all day, every day. It was crazy. So, all right, man. But I see these guys asking about it. You guys, before you start playing with that game, you better.
What, day trading?
Bit. Yeah, day trading is.
Yeah, I don't day trade.
You need minimum 25,000 even to play day trading. Unless they change in the past year.
No, it's the same.
You gotta keep at least.
Yeah, it's still 25,000.
Yeah. You got to keep that 25,000. So if your stock drops down too, they're gonna force sell it. You ain't got no choice. Yeah, you better have some cash.
Yeah, they're gonna liquidate you.
Yeah, you'll be going to sleep at night, and that stock dropped down 5,000. Your 25 went down to 20. You're gonna wake up and say, "Damn, they sold my stock." Hell yeah, they ain't taking the loss for you. They're gonna take your money.
But you were probably playing with leverage too. Margin. You probably were using margin, right?
Sometimes I was. One time I played with an option. I don't know a damn thing about options. I played one time. I think I put like $100 or $200, and I hit for like 2,500. I remember my friend asked, he said, "Damn, how'd you do that?" I said, "I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I was just tinkering with it. I was trying to study it a little bit. I don't really know options, but options are dangerous too.
Options are good, or they can be bad. I've made a lot of money in options just by playing with them, trying to learn them. But this is back like in 2020. I don't fuck with options now. I don't mess with them at all.
Yeah.
I just dollar cost average into the stocks I want to buy, and that's it. I play on the crypto side, not on the stock side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy for me to play.
Let's be careful with that crypto.
What do you mean careful?
Be careful, man. Don't get too greedy.
I'm not.
Get in and out.
Greedy pigs get led to the slaughter.
Yeah.
So, but I'm out of here, man. I'm finna go watch TV and take my ass to bed, man.
Yeah, it was good talking to you.
Nice
Hope
talking
everybody
to you.
enjoyed your show.
Hope so. All right, guys.
talk.
I appreciate you. See you next time. Peace.